everybody, it is Calxiyn and Hunter here. Hopefully, we're trying to stream. Last week's stream was kind of bad.
Rough.
It was a little rough. I mean, we made it eventually, but it
took
was
like
still
an
a
hour
little
and a half,
difficult.
or like half hour longer, and a lot more stress than necessary.
Exactly. And so, hello, we're here during the stream as usual. I need to do that thing that I always have to do.
Right.
That dumb, stupid thing of posting stuff on Twitter and whatever. But yeah, and so hi, we're here, we're live, all of that fun stuff. If you guys don't want to watch like the live, how do you call it, figuring everything out, skip ahead 10 minutes and by then we'll probably actually start.
I think it's more
if
like
you're
5 to
watching
7
the
minutes.
VOD.
We're a little better
So
here.
yeah, that's,
I feel like we can
that's
start with
that.
like our broad feelings, because I've basically said this every episode this volume, but like this is like a top tier. Like, this is some of the best episodes RWBY's ever done.
I would agree.
You felt that 7 was better than 6.
Did I? Yes,
I remember,
maybe.
I recall at the end of, because at the end of 6.
7? We're on...
But I know,
Wait,
it's relevant. You said that 7 was better than 6. I was like, no, I still think I like 6 a little bit more than 7. I think I like 8 more than 6.
Which one was 6?
6 was when you first meet Jin and when they go to Argus. And
oh, wait, you mean volume 6. I thought you meant this volume.
Oh, no, I don't mean episodes,
confused.
I mean volumes.
Oh, okay,
yes.
So volume, you're saying that volume 6 was your favorite.
Yes, and I'm
but
beginning
now
to
volume
feel
8
differently.
is your favorite.
Yes.
Okay, that's what we needed.
I feel like I could have
got
added more
lost.
context to that.
Anyway, yeah, okay, so I understand what you're saying. I think that this volume has been, like, really strong. So I would agree with you.
But it also...
Somewhat.
It
I
also...
don't know.
Really?
Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard to say whether or not this is my favorite volume because it's not over.
That's true.
Right?
They could really bomb it in the last 2
Well, no,
episodes.
I'm not saying that.
I don't think they will, but it's possible.
Oh,
I haven't watched The New Promised Neverland, but I've heard things.
Yeah,
and I've heard
that
it's
is
very
true.
possible to bomb it in the
That
last...
is true.
In the last minutes.
Oh god, I want to talk to you guys about The Promised Neverland so bad, but that's not what this stream is about, so you're gonna have to wait until tomorrow where I eviscerate that episode like that I watched the other day, but that is just not what we're doing right now. So yeah, okay, so I posted everything. Let me just like make sure that the Discord server like knows what the stuff is going on, and then after that we can just like get into it, get started, all that fun stuff. Okay, so how is everybody? You guys like this?
I'm hearing a lot of Do Not Fall. I'm hearing a lot of Daddy Genie. I'm not gonna lie, I went normally after we do our first sort of reaction, you're setting up some stuff and I'm looking through seeing if anybody has some cool ideas or neat things they noticed.
Yeah.
There's not been a lot of that this episode, because all it has been was like Penny hugs people and big beefy strong man Genie.
I see what you mean.
And that is it. There is no other
like,
room for any other discourse.
That is all anyone is talking about.
Yeah,
right
they were
now.
like, yeah, people might die next episode, but that's next Saturday's problem.
All right.
This Saturday, it's buff men.
Oh boy. So, oh fuck, I just
What do you
realized
call
something.
the muscles that are like next to the pec?
I don't know.
Your lats? I don't know what you would call those.
It's his like. It's not his. I don't know what to call them either.
It's just like,
it's
my
not
God.
His abs. It's his like ribs.
You could like grate cheese on his abs.
Oh my God.
You could like play his abs like a xylophone.
It is true. That is true.
You could like play chess on his abs because along his body are these perfect squares.
Oh my God. Okay.
You could play dozens of games of tic-tac-toe on this man's abs.
Moderators, I have given you the link for this week. So, like, I've given you, like, the stuff to post in the chat, so I am all done. Now we can actually
Also, some people are calling this man a himbo. I need to correct people.
He's not a himbo. He's not dumb.
A himbo is someone who respects people, is a good person, is dumb as rocks.
Yes.
And
he's not dumb as
beefy.
rocks. That's a problem.
He respects people and he's dumb as rocks. But, he respects people and he's beefy, but he's not dumb as rocks.
Yeah.
A perfect himbo is like Kronk.
Right.
From The Emperor's New Groove.
So he's just a jock.
He's not a jock, because a jock is like sporty.
I remember there was jock, himbo, and there's another word for it.
Yes.
But I don't remember what it is.
I think he's a wise beefcake.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. I guess that makes sense. Oh God.
But
okay.
I don't know. It's kind of like it's kind of like, is a hot dog a sandwich? It's not a sandwich. I don't know what it is, but it's not that.
Right.
He's not a himbo.
Okay, guys, so now we can actually start the stream.
Oh, first off, everything that I said was incredibly important.
Yeah, so if you guys want to see our reaction, it's up on Patreon. Nothing new about that. It's always there, always has been. You know that meme where it's like da-da-da-da-da-da-da, always has been.
Exactly.
It's always
Hazel
been.
was a himbo. Beefy? Actually, no, he wasn't dumb.
Well, he was dumb in other ways.
He was beefy and kind, and he wasn't particularly dumb.
He was stupid
He's
for following Salem.
He's a wise beefcake who is clapped his
John
big,
is a
juicy
himbo.
thighs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, John isn't a himbo.
John's not a himbo.
What John is a slimbo. A non-beefy, dumb man who respects
Son
women.
is a himbo.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's like ripped, but he's like a slim rip.
Guys,
he's
I
not
don't think...
like a Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Has like 150
well, next time
pounds
we see him,
of
who
beef
knows,
on
right?
him.
Like Yatsuhashi is a kind, strong person, but not stupid.
But not dumb, right?
Yeah.
He did. So
no one's dumb in this.
So
Where are
what,
the dumb men in this?
So what Son is? Son is a slimbo.
Right.
Son is a slimbo.
Okay.
Jean is a slimbo. Neither of them are himbos.
Okay. Well, when we find a himbo, we'll let you guys know. But as of right now, there are no himbos in RWBY. I don't think there are any. I don't think there are any.
Big,
you know,
beefy. What about
it's
those
probably
soldiers?
gonna be Theodore. Theodore will be a himbo.
I can see Theodore being a himbo.
Theodore, because he's beefy. He's like, he's kind.
Yeah,
but like,
he respects women.
I don't think he's dumb as in he's stupid, but I feel like that he's a very rash he has dumb
in the same way that I'm dumb, but I have smart energy.
Yeah, exactly.
I love how you agree with that.
That makes sense.
You're like, yes, Hunter, you're an idiot, but you pass it off well.
Okay, so yeah, let's get started, guys.
My one suggestion for a person who is a himbo are those soldier people that run behind Cordovan who try to make Adrian smile.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reaction link is on Patreon and up for YouTube membership members. We are here. We're gonna talk. We're gonna discuss. You guys should join the Discord server for more discussion outside of these 2 hours. Thank you, Piper, for the $5 super chat. Hope you guys are well. Did you guys hear the song in this episode? Well, the first time. No.
We just
first time we didn't.
Our dreams, because our prediction came true. We had 2 predictions that came true. One of them was from the beginning of the volume. The other one was the Emerald thing that we had for the past 2 weeks.
So we heard it now. We watched it again a couple times, and we heard it. But I am really interested in actually sitting down and listening to it because I would like to sing it, but it's hard to hear it. So okay, so when we get to that point, if anybody has deciphered the lyrics, could you guys actually put it in the chat? Because I think that would actually be really helpful if you guys could put the lyrics in the chat if anyone has figured out what they are, because we did not figure out what they are. We don't know what they mean.
Well, mostly because the first time we were all just yelling so much.
Yeah.
So we didn't even hear it.
We're both wearing a Cinder shirt, which is so funny because we didn't plan that.
And also the artist that made this Cinder shirt has made a new version of it with updated Cinder, and I'm thinking I need to buy it.
Yes, there was a song in the section during the fight. So yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just go. Let's just go. Right? Okay.
Can we talk about how that one ship was real lucky it didn't get eaten like those other 2?
Well, yeah, that's us.
Yeah,
that's the main characters. They didn't get eaten right now, right? Oh, man.
Also, can we just go back for a second?
That's a nice shot.
What is that oozing thing? Oh, that's all from the Grim oozing down.
What do you mean, this red stuff?
No, over there, those 2 spindles. You see those?
That
looks like from...
I thought that those were always there. Weren't there always cables or something?
No, those are the cables. That's all the Grim pouring down
from... Oh, now I see it. Okay, so you don't mean just these 2 lines. There's this whole shape. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
There's this whole shape over here. Oh my god. Yes, the RWBY Prophet is here. I don't care if you guys mean Arnold. You mean us, because we guessed a lot more right than Arnold did.
Yeah, get
Sorry
fucked,
to say.
Arnold.
Yes, the Do Not Fall. We will talk about that, because I think that that's actually really, really interesting. And, people are the heroes are winning, bad, but, you guys don't realize, Cinder is gonna push off every single person that has ever been. Cinder is going to go full massacre, right? And so, it's definitely definitely not going to be a happy ending. It's not.
I'm beginning to suspect that my Cinder redemption thing.
People are saying it's a tail. I guess so.
Maybe.
Like I think it's a tail and it's like pouring out. If that makes sense.
That's probably the tail.
The tail is like falling.
Yeah, because it stops.
It's like it's going all the way down though. Yeah. So I think it's going like wee. Like I don't think it's the whole tail, like as in like the tail. I think that it's like oozing out because like look, it goes all the way down.
But
over
it doesn't.
Here.
It hangs. It's not pouring right to the mountains. That's just the perspective.
Oh,
so
I
it is
see.
Just a tail.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But like it would make
still
sense.
Still big yikes though, because he's like falling apart though. Yeah. Still a little.
It does make sense that like it might slop down at some point. I also feel like...
We also haven't seen Salem in a couple episodes.
So she's probably... Who knows? Maybe she shows up.
What's in the air today? Yeah. It's the whale fins, guys. I see what you guys are saying now, but yeah. So, like, this was, like... man.
Can we talk about how hilarious that gun is? It looks like the gun that Drax uses at the end of the first Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just this big, bulky, dumb thing he's holding. We heard you have 2 guns, but what if we made you 2 guns into a third? I don't know.
Well, yeah, I wonder, like, is this Ironwood's, like, gun combination? Because he has 2, but we never saw him use the second one. No. So is this both of his pistols combined into one thing? Like, is that the thing? Is that it? I don't know.
It's a gun, but it's also a gun.
Yeah. I've messaged you the lyrics on Discord. Okay, thank you. I will take a look wherever I can find them. Oh, okay, sure. Open. Okay. So yeah, this scene first. So they're trying to drop the payload. They're trying to put it in the truck, but then like I'm pretty sure. What the fuck even is that gun? Yeah.
It's really good. Also because like if you shoot on your shoulder because your shoulder can take it, blasting on your sternum would be really uncomfortable.
I guess. Well, he's not keeping it there, I guess. No, it's an entirely different gun. We'll have to look at it a little bit.
It looks like, at first I thought but no, it's I think you're right there.
We're crowdsourcing knowledge today, guys. But yeah, so I really like this scene because it's like, who's shooting? But I think that's Crow and them because they were stopping the payload. Like, that was the whole thing, right? And so I really liked this scene, and I really liked, like, them leaving Ironwood. Like, I thought that was really good, and that was kind of, like, part of our, like whole thing, like, that Ironwood would be, like, susceptible somehow, right? Left alone. We don't know what state Penny's in, right? If any of those brats have the nerve to come with her, we put them down immediately. And you see that Vine is actually, like, hesitant about this. Yeah. And so Hunter doubted me, guys. Hunter doubted me when I was like, Vine looks like he's more hesitant now. Like, it was in the order of, like, Marrow, Elm, Vine, and Hair, right? And then Hunter was like, I don't think Vine's gonna defect, but you see that he's getting a lot more uncomfortable lately, right? He just sighs and
I also think that this is like the first time that this has happened.
Well, I saw his face last episode, and that was like my reasoning for it, you know? But like that, just retracing the steps that led us here, right? So I feel like he's not okay with this anymore. He's retracing the steps and he's realizing that he's not feeling it.
I could have been a model.
Oh boy, but yeah, I really like this scene with Elm and Vine because you can see like they're becoming more hesitant as well, whereas Hair is just like full Kool-Aid. I don't know, maybe I could see Hair getting some type of like redemption where she finally breaks down and it's like she was only doing this because she already lost Tortuga and she lost Clover and she didn't, you know what I mean, like sunk cost fallacy and stuff like that. So I don't know, like, but then they get the alert, they're in the Academy hangar, and then they go to trying to stop the payload, or just looking for a way out, so we know that they were, like, stopping the payload
Although, when you look, I'm looking back at his gun now, and he has no guns in his holsters.
Yeah, he has no guns in the holsters, guys, so I think that his pistols are actually in there,
I don't know.
See? Because, look, they're on, that's his gun.
That looks like one of them.
Right there.
I don't know.
So, yeah.
I'm not. It looks like a camera. It looks like an old school VCR camera.
Well, maybe it's supposed to be like Velvet's weapon, right? Because Velvet's dad like brought the plans to Ironwood and helped them develop Velvet's weapon. Like that's the whole thing in the book, right? So, but yeah, I really like this scene where she just like, all right, so they all fuck off, and then Winter's like, I'll stay. And I like this because you can't see her eyes here, and so you can't, like, it's that anime thing of when you can't see a character's eyes, it means that they're acting pretty sus, right? And so, like, you finally see her turn, like, we lose our payload, we lose our leverage, but it's like, you want them to lose that, and so that's like, the whole thing. And so I feel like that was pretty good, right? She's like if we lose the payload, we'll lose our leverage, but I'm doing this on purpose, so we do lose the payload, right? And so I really like that. She's right, contain it, and then they go, wee, and then they go away. Hi, Save the Bees Alley. Hi, guys. Hope you're all doing good. Unfortunately, I can't sit around for the stream, but I'm going to leave you with this. Have fun. Thank you so much, Allie. I mean, the stream's going to be, like, archived, so don't worry about it. And obviously, like, Hunter and I make videos throughout the week, so don't worry. Like, all of our thoughts are going to end up somewhere or another, so don't worry about sitting for the stream. But thank you so much.
If I was in prison, I would scratch my feelings on the newest episode of RWBY into the wall with a sharpened toothbrush. Oh my god. I'd find a way, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Sir, this course of action, I hope you're not going to try to talk me out of it. So I thought that this was a really good scene, because it seems like she's trying to give Ironwood, like, one last chance, one last out, and then she's like, no, sir, I don't think that's possible. And so I think that that's, like, sort of aligned with a double meaning, is that she's saying, like, oh, like, of course not. Like, I would never, like, you know, there's no other option, you're right? Like, she's almost, like, pretending, but then I don't think that's possible is also a reference to the fact that she thinks Ironwood is too far gone, right? So it's one of those, like, double meaning type things, and I think that's really good. I think that's really nice. And so I really like that. But yeah, and then we see Penny flying. And so we know that this was an illusion. So I wonder when Juniper, like, snuck up behind, but I guess while they were distracted with arresting them, I thought, oh, plot twist, Harriet defects to Salem's side to get revenge on Team RWBY? That would be whack, bro. Actually, but, like...
Is that... Are we doing... I like that.
Because, like, Salem does need more villains.
Yeah.
But, like, does Hare want the world to end? But she wouldn't know. But she would kind of know. I don't know. If she really cracked, though.
Maybe.
That's kind of interesting. That's like interesting in a crack theory way where I don't know where we're going with that. That's, because, like, Salem does need more villains. Like, she's running out of villains. But Hare is also, like, not that strong compared to Hazel and Tyrion. So, that's the other thing. You know what I mean? Like, just replacing Hazel with Hare when Hare, like, they've already kind of been beaten by Team RWBY. Like, it doesn't seem like Salem needs villains that are stronger than the other villains she already has, or else I'm worried about, like, how things will scale.
Yeah,
you know?
True.
I don't know. But yeah. And so I really like this. So yeah, so it's a different, it seems to be an add-on to his pistols. Because his pistols feed into this, and then there's a big beam that comes out. So that's pretty cool.
It looks like to be his regular guns though,
Yeah. I honestly think that could be in character for Hare. She's all ego. She's so butthurt about being beaten. That's interesting.
Yeah,
like, I'm like, would her butthurt for being beaten, like, go against, like, everything about her, also, like, joining the military and her wanting to save Atlas and stuff? Like, what is it even about anymore, you know?
Unless she's always had, like, an authoritarian streak, maybe. And also if she's left here when Atlas kind of drifts down and, like, maybe Salem
and she's
finds
alone.
her.
She doesn't go
and,
through
like,
the
what
portal.
if she gets, like, a soup up, kind of like Cinder got?
Yeah.
So maybe she's a little stronger later on.
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I really like...
I like the idea. It's a shame that we didn't get, like, more examples of people who were, I don't know, like...
What do you mean?
More examples of, like, villains or people that were just kind of gray. Like a whole, like, if there was, like, a whole, like, military unit that Salem was able to convince them all. Like, if there was a whole ton of Atlas
I see what you're saying.
So she was able to have, like, this big human army on her side.
What was the point of the gun? It was just to hold Penny. Like, it's probably one of the only things that could destroy Penny, right?
It almost kind of looks like one of Penny's lasers because it has that same sort of green glow to it.
Fireboy, thank you for the super chat, said, Hare defecting has been my theory since Volume 7. Like, I think, I don't know, it just depends. Everything just depends at this point. I don't think it could happen in the next 2 episodes. No. But could it happen in a Volume 9 situation? Like, maybe. That's kind of how I see it, right? Ironwood had an upgrade and he didn't use it in action. Well, actually, we'll have to look at, like, what happens to the big gun, like, during this fight. But yeah, so here, guys... This is, like, so genius, okay? Like, I know that apparently this episode is, like, polarizing people, and I think that will clear up some misconceptions about, like, what stuff exactly. Like, I think that the genie stuff is confusing a lot of people, because people think it doesn't make sense, but, like, it does. It's just kind of hard to understand at first, right? But here's, like, here is the first sign that this is not Penny. Penny does not use contractions. Penny always says, like I do not want anyone else to die. I do not, right? Like I have, not I've, right? She always uses like full words. She never uses, oh, defecting to Salem. Oh, okay, so Fireboy is basically saying that Hare going to Salem is the theory that he's had since Volume 9. That's interesting. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, contractions, right? So this is the first hint, and I thought this was so good and like so clever and like a nice little like touch on like Ruby's part that the first like hint, like there's the first like instance or the first clue that this is not Penny, right? Because she doesn't talk like this, right?
She would say, I do not.
Exactly, but Emerald probably doesn't like get like, not like the cadence of that, but Emerald probably like doesn't get the nuance that Penny talks that way. She's only been around Penny for a while, right? Like, not a while. She's only been around Penny for a short while,
I think it's also telling that Ironwood didn't notice either.
Yeah. And so it's, I don't want anyone else to die instead of I do not. So I think that was really, really good. Oh gosh. Okay, so we have some super chats. Ambrosius may be named for Ambrosia, who was at one point the wizard who transformed into the wizard known as Merlin. Okay. Yeah, I did see that Eddie said something on Twitter, and like just during like the writing meetings, I guess, they kind of like his code name was like Beefy Merlin or something, and so I think that he is supposed to be based on Merlin. He also functions as the Blue Fairy, and we'll talk about that, and I also think there's some like Greek stuff going on, and so he seems to be like a mashup of a bunch of different fairy tale stuff. And then Archangel said, hi guys, hope you're doing well, wanted to drop in and say hello, thank you so much. And so I hope that you can stick around for the stream, but if you can't, it will be archived, it'll be okay. Yes, it is the little things, guys, exactly. Yes, and so we, like, oh my god, like this was just so great. Like this was so good.
It's a shame that I don't think Eddie's in this stream, but I want to almost tweet Eddie to be like, did you get this idea from Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Why?
Because they do the exact same thing there, where one of the characters is kidnapped, and he uses a bunch of contractions, and that's how they knew something was up.
That he was like
the character
kidnapped.
Never uses contractions.
Oh god, that's funny. I mean, I think it was probably just a common thing. Like,
I'm not saying that they're like ripping anybody off. I just wonder if like that's where the inspiration comes from. I think it's really clever.
I was hoping you'd go on while I take a drink.
I
am like so validated. Because we said this. I don't know if anyone remembers. Okay?
I don't even think I remember.
We said this, okay? Where's the video? Hold on, let me find this. If I can show you guys. I know this is such like a scuffed way to show you guys this video.
All right, everyone, get your fidget spinners out. Cal's taking a while.
Oh my god! But yeah,
don't mind me, just killing time.
The whole video. Okay, yeah. I got it. So do you guys see this? Hello, hold on. Yeah, do you guys see the Emerald video? How Emerald can save Team RWBY. That's what we said, and how she can solve everything. And so we said this exact thing, and I know it's probably one of the easier ones. It's probably one of the easier predictions that we made, but I felt so validated when I saw this scene, because I'm like, we did that. We did that. We thought that Emerald's whole semblance would come in handy, and we got that 2 weeks ago, right? It wasn't even it wasn't even last episode when Emerald was in the house. It was 2 weeks ago after Emerald started to join the team. I think when she's I don't know, the very first instance, when she was going along with Jean and Yang and stuff. So not even last week. It was the week before. And I'm pretty happy. So yeah. Oh boy. In Star Trek, TNG.
The Next Generation.
Oh, I thought TNG is the name of the android. No, Data. Data's the android. Yeah. Data never uses contractions. Yeah. So.
Your mom from outside.
I know. I got confused because they said Star Trek : Yeah. So I thought that was the robot. No. The robot's Data. Yeah. So Data never uses contractions. I love that. We love that for us. But what? His brother did. Who's Data's brother?
I haven't watched. Have not watched enough Star Trek.
Oh god, but yeah, our prediction skills Guys, and we got something else right this episode, so I'm like super like happy about it. But yeah, I must open the vault. Like that was like regular Penny speak. So yeah, like that was, but the don't was so good, right? And then
I almost like that he seems relieved there.
Yeah.
Like he almost thinks he has to do it, but there's maybe a part to him that doesn't want to.
Yeah, I think
I like the little
Ironwood...
bits of nuance there.
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of people are like, they turned Ironwood into a villain. Like,
and
you know what I mean?
Villain,
he's a maniacal villain, but he's not like a twirling mustache type villain. You see his reluctancy right here. There's still nuance to his character, but the problem is that you can't make that judgment off of one episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people majorly overreacted like last week or the week before when people were like, they ruined Ironwood's character. Because you still see like his reluctance here. Like, he's not, you know what I mean? Like, he's not like a horrible... I mean, he is horrible, but he's not being horrible right now. Like, he's actually just, he didn't want to do it. He was reluctant, and now he's relieved, right? Tip 2, Hunter, worry not, the coup is ready. I think that's, about the fact that you were just like, oh, like, wait, guys, like, Cal has to do the thing, like, everyone get their fidget spinners. Yeah. I think that person was saying, like, don't worry, Hunter, you'll take over one day. When I go to the bathroom, you'll sit in my chair. I think that was... Oh boy, but yeah, okay, thank you for the super chat, Devil.
You've done the right thing. Yeah, he almost seems,
And so, I feel like ultimately, like, he looks so sad. Like, he's not, like, he's still evil for, like, he's still a villain for the stuff that he wanted to do, I guess, right? For the stuff that he was planning on doing and how far he was able to take his plan. But he's still not, I got you, Penny.
Yeah, there's some nuance
like,
there.
There's nuance with
he
it.
will do it even if it's wrong, but he'd rather not.
I love this face. I just love it.
Just
when
the voice, too, the look to it.
I love how they have to animate somebody else's expressions on somebody else's character model. Like, I love that,
Because looking at her, I'm like, that's not a Penny face.
And she's like, I have, right? Like, she just, the way she says it, like, I don't even know, I can't even copy it. Like, Emerald says it,
It's like a twist moving from... Is that the whole ship?
Yeah, so I guess they landed the ship behind them, and then they all got out. I guess that's what happened, right? So I think instead of Penny flying, it was actually the ship that was flying.
Oh.
And then Emerald got out of the ship, but Ironwood couldn't tell. So I think instead of the ship flying, instead of Penny flying, the ship was flying and Emerald got out. I think that was like the illusion.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And I love this. And I love that she's like, feels weird to do good things. I love that from Emerald. I think that was such a good line. Like, that was so great.
And the delivery, the change from Penny to Emerald, it was great.
And I love this, and he's like, what? Like, who's this? Like, right? Oh, I love Emerald. I love Emerald so much. And I know that people are like, oh, like, it wasn't that much of a fight, but at the same time, like, I feel like it was enough in a way that made sense. If that makes sense.
I feel like I almost feel
Ironwood was still ever only one person, and his semblance is not like combat oriented, and so
he was never gonna win. He was never a credible threat. I just think that I almost feel like it's like, okay, hasn't been a fight in like an episode or two. Let's have a little scuffle.
I kind of understand why people are like, oh, the fight kind of seems like rushed or whatever, but at the same time, if the Aesops were here, I would agree with you.
Yes.
But the fact that the Aesops are not here means is that there would be no way to draw this out that makes any sense. It's literally 6 against 1. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there was no way. Right?
But also, like, for what they did was pretty cool.
I
like
agree.
This,
I think it was so cool.
Slow motion punt under the nose should by all rights kill him.
And then we have Emerald giving us the sickest of kickflips. Will sustain my serotonin. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Destiny. I hope that you're enjoying the stream. But yeah, what a good moment. I love Emerald. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't not that I didn't like Emerald before. Like, I still liked Emerald, but now I'm like a simp. Like, now I'm like simping for Emerald, which is not. And so I think what happened is that his gun got kicked away.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened. I don't know how she just disappeared.
She disappeared using her thing.
I guess so, her illusion or something. Yeah, I was a little
She fades away. She fizzes. You kind of miss it.
But yeah, I love this. Like, I love just how it cuts to, like, Robin and Crow tearing shit up. Like, I think that was really,
it's well
really
edited.
good. That was
feels
great.
very, it's meshed.
Yeah, it was so bad, like, so badass, guys, exactly. And then I love how Jean is literally squaring up with Ironwood here. Like, that was so great. great. And then we have Oscar, obviously. And he must be like, by the way, he must be like, Oscar, like, what the hell? Like, I thought I killed you, right?
He makes a kind of weird face for half a second that you don't get a good shot of here, but it's almost like a bit of recognition of like, well, I guess you didn't die.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have, like, I loved this. Like, I love how they all are using teamwork, obviously. Like, I think that that's pretty nice. Since when could Winter use dust in her glyphs? I mean, Weiss can, so Winter can too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's the same semblance. So I think that we've just never seen her do it before, but, like, Winter can do the same stuff as Weiss can. So if Weiss can make a gravity glyph out of gravity dust, it would stand to reason that Winter could do the same thing. Yeah, and so I really like this. Oh, man. The only thing is that where was Nora? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. So Nora's over. Okay, so can I talk about this? So last week, we made a theory about Nora becoming the Winter Maiden. And at first, I was kind of like, well, okay, so at first I was entirely sold on my theory. Then I watched a video from You All Right, and you guys have to check out this guy. Like, You All Right is such a good, like, oh my god, he's such a good theorist. Like, it's like you as in, like, you, and then it's all, and then it's right as in, like, writing, right? And so he made a video about, like, who else could get the Maiden powers, and he basically said that, like, Neo or Emerald could be, like, accidentally or on purpose pretending to be another character, and at the final second, the illusion breaks. And so say, like, let's just say, for example, that Penny is looking at Ruby or something, but then it shatters, and Ruby is actually Neo, and Penny's like, shit, Neo, and Neo ends up actually being in her last thoughts. Yeah. And so You All Right brought up that possibility that Emerald or Neo could possibly get the powers out of, like, making an illusion, that illusion breaking, and then Penny seeing at, like, the final second whoever is, like, underneath the illusion. And so after I watched that video, I was like, fuck, because I think he's right. Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, damn it. Like, you know what I mean? Because we had already made the Nora one, but I was like, oh, well, now I'm entirely convinced by the Neo thing, especially, like, Neo, ice cream, like, the winter, like, even in RWBY Chibi, it's like Winter Maiden question.
That thing you famously eat during the winter?
Well, no, like, she is winter themed, but it's not only that, it's like, she wants revenge against RWBY, we know that, but I don't think that she has given up trying to go for Cinder. Like, I don't think that she's given up this idea of getting revenge on Cinder. It's just that she knows that she cannot fight Cinder by herself, that she would need to turn on Cinder at a moment, or to level the playing field and get her revenge, what would she need? She would need Maiden powers, right? So it made a lot of sense, like, it makes a lot of sense for Neo to go after the Maiden powers for the sole purpose of being able to 1v1 Cinder in a fucking fight. However, the fact that they're doing this many, like, I know this could be a red herring, but there have been, like, 5 different, like, Nora on the back of a snowflake pictures. And so on one hand, like, it could be like a red herring, like, it could be like, we're gonna make you think it's Nora, but actually it's gonna be Neo or something, right? Like, you know what I mean? Especially how Nora, or how I should say, how Neo turned into Nora to fuck with Ren, right? And so it could be like that whole thing, but now I'm just like, but what if it's like not a red herring and it's like literally that she'll be the Winter Maiden. But Penny would have to die really fast after being a real girl. But at the same time, we'll talk about this, but Penny has no weapons or anything to defend herself other than being with Team RWBY. So I feel like, and she has the Maiden powers, obviously, but she doesn't have a weapon anymore. And so I'm just like, on one hand, like, real girl time. On the other hand, defenseless real girl time. Like, she's basically like, you know what I mean? Like, she's basically just, like an infant, but also, like, tall and has all her memory. You know what I mean? Like, that's her level of defense, I guess.
Like, we don't know if Penny still has her weapons. Yeah. Or, like, how she's gonna do.
It doesn't seem like she has her weapons anymore. So she still has the Maiden powers. Yeah. But, like, she doesn't have a knife, right? She's gonna need a knife to go against Cinder. She doesn't have a knife.
Maybe we get, like, new Penny weapon.
Maybe, but, like now? Like, I don't think there's time. Like, you know what I mean?
Like,
where are they gonna get? Pietro's gonna be like, hi, Penny, I decided to find you in the void. Here's some weapons that you'll probably need later when Cinder comes to hunt your ass. I'm just saying for the next 2 episodes, I feel like that Penny's gonna be, like, defenseless. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little, like,
I know, I'm concerned.
I'm a little concerned. Yeah, she's a walking target right now.
Yeah, she even got shoes on.
Chat is actually making a good point, though. Chat is saying that she could make a snow sword, just like how Raven and Cinder made, like, swords out of, like, the material, like, that the Maiden powers can produce anyway, but, like, You know what I'm saying? I'm just a little worried. I'm a little worried. But yeah, so I'm like so torn on like Nora's a red herring and Neo will be the real Maiden or even Emerald, right? Like I still like that theory too. And I'm like torn on the other half, which is like this is like not a red herring, like this is the facts. I'm so torn on it. But we already made a video about Nora getting the powers, so I feel like we wouldn't do it again. But yeah, so let's talk about the song actually, because a lot of people think that this is a Nora song, and so I'm gonna pull up the post. The lyrics from this song, it's okay in time, it's okay. In time you will grow. That doesn't mean you're not already whole. The mistakes you've made stay in the past. The answer is yours if you follow the path. Oh, just hold on, stay tough, be strong, and hit stuff. And so it's probably like a Nora song, right? And so I really like that because it's acknowledging what we talked about the other week is that Nora is already whole. She just doesn't know it, right? And so she's going to grow, but she's still already whole anyway. So like there's some interesting things going on. That's maybe a Nora song. I kind of want to sing the song. That'd be kind of nice. But yeah, oh god. So Pietro see Penny's status. He's probably gonna freak out when he sees her offline and dead. Yeah. That's fucked. That's fucked, and we don't even know where Pietro is right now. I mean, he's with Maria, but he's probably gonna be like, my baby, no. Feels sad. Yeah, I could see. What if that? Oh no. What if that creates a bad where Pietro thinks that Penny's dead? So he uses his last remaining aura and maybe a prototype that he possibly like has lying around, and he makes another Penny. So there's without like an evil Penny? Not an evil Penny, just another Penny. And he makes another robot because he thinks that Penny's dead. You understand what I'm saying? So there's gonna be like Nickel? I don't know, yeah, I guess. I don't know what he took with him, like Looney Toony. Dime. Dime, yeah, Dime actually kind of sounds nice for a robot name. I feel like they'd spell it with a Y. Yeah, but you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, Penny, like, seems to be dead to Pietro. We don't know what Pietro took with him on Amity, but I'm guessing he took some stuff with him, right, to do things. Or he could fly back to his lab. Yeah, he could go back to his lab, right? And so, like, what if... I know that Robo Penny disappears, but I'm saying, like, what if Pietro and Maria, like, have stuff? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they have stuff, and then he sacrifices his last bit of aura because he thinks that he wants to make another Penny, but he doesn't know that Penny already... is alive. Yeah. Do you guys know what I mean? Right? And so, what's that gonna, like, yeah. And so, we understand that Robo Penny disappeared, guys. We're saying that he could make another robot because he thinks that Penny's dead. And he's like, okay, well, I need to die and go again. And then Pietro will, like, die never knowing that she became a real girl. That'd be really sad, guys. He needed the core from the first one to make her. He can't make another. Yeah, unless but he can make a new core. It wouldn't be a copy of Penny and her personality. It'd be a new robot, is what I'm saying. Dime. Yeah, so you'd have Dime or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, and so it wouldn't be Penny. No, exactly. It wouldn't be Penny. It would be like another robot. You know what I mean? Why would he think Penny died? Because Penny's like systems are offline, bro. Penny's dead. Robot Penny dead. Right? That could be a really amazing scene when, like, father-daughter. He needs the core, but he could make another core. And then that's, like, another thing. He wouldn't have enough time. I don't know. Maybe he wouldn't. That might be a bit of a pipe dream. I think what will happen is that he thinks Penny dies. And yeah, Penny gets a brother or a sister. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Nora getting a song while fighting Ironwood makes sense given she was strongly against him in Volume 7, at least compared to the others. I totally agree, Devil, and I'm glad, like, we're here to see it. Yes, a sibling. Penny's gonna get a sibling. Can you imagine? Right? That's interesting. I don't know. Right? I don't know. I feel like what's more likely to happen is a scene where, like, it's like a really, like, dramatic reunion scene where Pietro thinks that Penny has died. I don't know if that is but you know what I mean? Likely. Penny has two dads. Yes, Inner Will. She does have two dads. Well, she has two dads in more ways than one now, right? Because in the manga, she says that Ironwood and Pietro are her dads. But now it's Pietro and the creation spirit. Yeah, and I feel like she's kind of, you know, sometimes you, she's like, well, what's that like when you emancipate yourself when you're parents? I feel like Penny's emancipated herself from Ironwood. From Ironwood. Oh, God. down, so he can't even check to know she's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ah!
I don't like that one bit. I don't like that one bit.
But yeah, all they have to do is make another core. Like, they just need to make a different core. The problem with the core, they needed to recover the same core so Penny would be the same person, right? But by making a different core, you would make a different person. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, Penny's sibling. This is like such a crack theory. I feel like we should make this during the week.
Yeah, fucking, yeah, let's do it.
You know what I mean? Like, it's such a crack theory, but like, doesn't it also make sense? They've been building up that Pietro has limited aura, and he wants to do, like, he has enough for like one more time, and so what if he's like, oh my god, Penny's dead. Let's go to the lab, Maria, and like see if we can get like some pieces, even though we don't have her core.
A backup,
Let's
Penny.
see what we can do, right? I don't know. This was great. Good job, Nora.
Yeah.
Nora just slapped this man in the face. I love that. What's the new song called? We don't know yet.
I follow a Scottish person on Tumblr.
You may not want to repeat that, Hunter. We don't know what it means.
That's true, but basically in a very Scottish way, she said Nora kicked him in, or whacked him in the head.
Yeah.
They're called Actual Bambot. They make amazing fan fiction, and I
love
it.
You don't know what that word
That's
means,
true.
so you should.
That's true, but like, oh my goodness, it was so wonderful.
But yeah, I don't know. I have like ideas about.
Which makes me think that I remember I read a fan fiction once. It was like a real world AU, and they made Penny Scottish.
Oh. Boy.
I kind of want there to be Scottish RWBY characters, and I'm Rooster Teeth, if you're watching.
Oh God.
Listen, if you don't let me do Glinda's new voice, that's fine. I understand that. New Scottish character. They could be like a faunus. What's a Scottish animal?
I don't know, but you shouldn't
I'm thinking a beaver.
Just based on a beaver.
Yeah, it's not at all a Scottish animal, but aren't beavers kind of Scottish? They're industrious, like the Scots.
God. But you shouldn't make a faunus just based on like.
Can I have like a Canadian faunus and make him a beaver? Can I voice that? Can I voice that faunus?
Anyways, let's move on.
Hey, I'm Bucky.
So this was fun to see Marrow, like, you know, he's defecting. That was great. Like, I
we love to see it.
Really, really nice.
Oh, that's another Slimbo.
Look at this. And then we have Winter riding on the back of like her summon. So I thought that was cool. And then you have her like pew. So that was nice. I really liked this. And the gravity dust. So again, she can do the exact same stuff as
Weiss.
As Weiss, yeah. She can do the same stuff as Weiss. So that makes sense.
Okay, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hunter is not trying. Hunter is succeeding.
Oh God. Hold on. Okay, never mind. Anyway, yeah, Marrow, like, is considered the weakest of the Aesops, but he screwed them all over. Yes, I think that is great. Like, I think that does make sense. And yes, I love seeing, like, Oscar, like, throw down with Ironwood, right? Even though he kicks him in the face. Wait, didn't we already see that?
I think we did. Did we repeat some of these?
I don't know. I think he just did it again. I think Ren just did it twice.
Did he do it twice?
Yeah, because now he's punching him, right?
Yeah,
wait,
maybe.
no.
No, we just...
Are we in a time loop? What's happening? Wait. Did we go back by accident? Hello? Are we stuck in an endless void? What happened?
What?
Oh, no.
Is this Groundhog Day?
Groundhog Day. Did I go backwards? I don't
confusing.
know. Did we copy some of the screenshots by accident?
Maybe, I don't know.
What? Okay, put your glasses on. God, Arnold. Oh, God. Okay, so yeah, and so I really like this scene, too.
This was anime as fuck.
Yeah, I love this. So I guess she just hit him real hard.
Yes.
I guess that's what happened. And then
I'm kind of upset that like his arm didn't fly off.
I mean, I don't think that they should cut off
It's
his
a
arm.
robot
Has he not
arm.
been through enough?
It's a robot arm. He can
Right.
get a new one.
Has he not been through enough?
It just kind of, you know what that reminds me of? Like the Moon Slash.
Yeah.
Adam v. Yang in Volume 3.
But yeah, I do like the shot. I don't think that
The
she
shot,
should
I
have
love the
chopped off
pose.
his arm.
I just
That's
think
not
that it
nice.
would look a little more impactful if he chopped the arm off. Also, you know
but
what's
she's not trying to hurt him. She's just trying to get him.
They're kicking his ass.
Yeah, but they're just trying to break his aura. They're not trying to cut off his arm. They're not trying to hurt him.
You know what's, first off, they are trying to hurt him. Number two, he can get a new arm. I think it's this man was about to blow up.
They're not trying to hurt him. They're trying to, like, just get his aura to break so they can knock him out.
He can get a new one.
No! Oh, God. Anyway. Yeah, like, they don't want to kill him.
He's an incredibly privileged individual. He can get another robot arm.
You know what I'm saying? They only wanted to knock him out.
I don't know. Did you see Amber's kick? I think she wanted to give a little bodily harm, if I'm honest.
But yeah, I really like that moment.
Yeah.
And sorry guys, we don't want to fight. And so I thought that was really good, but I wonder what's going to be the resolution of this.
Yeah.
Because they're staying, but Marrow can't make them stay forever. So will they escape, or will they have to fight the Aesops next episode?
Maybe.
That's the question, right? So we'll have to look. You guys are asking if that was time dilation? I don't know. Maybe it was.
Maybe?
It could have been.
Or just dramatic anime moment?
Yeah, I mean, it could have been either, I guess. She didn't use a glyph, so it's kind of like confusing, but yeah, I
also love
dramatic effect.
I love her pose there with her hands splayed out and her, oh goodness. I feel like they should make some kind of shirt on that.
Yeah. And so I like how she stayed hidden to hide, I guess, the guns from him. And so, like, he was at a disadvantage. So I don't understand that people are like, this was such a short fight scene. And I'm like, bro, like, how could it go on any longer? Like, he was just in a bad position. You know what I mean? Like, Ironwood wasn't going to succeed, right? And so, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, move on to phase 2. And so, I guess Winter then takes care of Ironwood and brings him to the cell,
body and throws it back
so
in the
I
cell.
like this, because then we actually get, like, how it all happened. I feel like there's not that much
And I also
to
like
say
how
about
it's
this,
the sunrise here. It's kind of metaphor. What's that thing in old novels where it's like the weather reflects how people feel?
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of that. It's like, it's like a horizon.
Now there's hope because there's, like, the sunrise as opposed to, like, the darkness.
Yes. If anyone, I don't know, remembers what that's called, I totally forgot.
But yeah, I like this scene of them figuring out how to do everything, and I like this because you can actually see that Winter is calling Weiss, and so I thought that was like a nice little touch. Last week I was like, release the Neo picture, right? So if I may at the artist on Twitter and see if she can release this one too, because I'm curious, because it's so far away. Like, I wonder what like the Winter profile picture that Weiss has like actually like what it actually looks like. And so like I know that last time they got clearance to release the Neo one, so I wonder if they could release like the Winter one and then the Weiss one. And so I think that this was a really cool scene, and I like this. I like them in the look how grumpy Winter is.
I love how grumpy she looks.
This is so
and I love how bashful Marrow looks.
Yeah. So you're not arresting me? No.
No, something I noticed there, and I don't know if it's just, I think her lips don't move when she says no.
Yeah.
I think that might be an animation mistake.
No. Wait, I think that's us. I think that's probably the cat. Oh.
No, but I think it is actually it's normally that happens in these captions all the time, but I think in the actual scene, her lips don't move when she says no.
Oh, I'll have to check. We could have just missed it.
I could have just missed it.
But
I also kind of like the idea that it's no, like.
Yeah, like, closed mouth and no, you know what I mean? And so I like this. Why didn't you hit me? And then because you were about to get me. I love this. So I ship this. Is that okay? Does anybody know? Like, I said this during
You say that's okay, like you need to bring it before the shipping council.
Yes, the shipping council. Do we think, like, I don't know, like, what's the age difference here? Is this okay?
I
think that it's fine. I don't know. But yeah. And so,
I understand your shipping, but I almost kind of like it more as like a buddy cop comedy, like Marrow and the Schnee, the Faunus and the Schnee buddy cop. Come on,
I guess, but like, why can't it be both?
I also like it. I mean, it can be both, and I do like the shipping angle of it. It's just that was my first instinct.
But yeah, I love this scene. I was like, I don't know, there's chemistry. I don't know. Don't ask me. I think there is, right? I don't know. You have like very strict Winter, and then you have like goofy Marrow, right? Yeah. Like, I think that's like such a nice dynamic, right? All right, bye, Howl. I'm sorry that you couldn't see our discussion about the spirit, so like you should you can watch the VOD after. Don't worry, we will talk about it. Don't worry. You brought to us a decent ship, the council. And so yeah.
Kaylin!
Oh boy, and so I do think, what was I gonna say? I do think there's like a Robin and Winter, like I really like that ship, but like, for some reason I don't know, and I like how, look at this! How can you not love this?
He's so
cool.
Goofy, and I love him.
Oh man. But yeah, see, so Weiss has a profile picture here too, and so I'm just kind of curious about it, right?
What are you doing?
I love this! I just love them, like what?
He has such like noisy kid. It's like, do you have any games on your phone?
I know! I guarantee you, the RWBY Twitter account is going to post that. Okay?
If they do that, I'm okay with it. You keep on hating.
Oh my god.
You keep on hating.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of this so I can like post that later. I guarantee money, I'm gonna post it so they don't. But they would post it. They would say that too. When a kid asks if you have any games on your phone, I will be the cringy RWBY Twitter account. Can you guys see? Are we lagging? Can you guys see us? Are we lagging a little bit? Is that just me? Are you guys okay?
Just be on our end.
Are we okay?
On the YouTube studio end, it looks fine.
I think we're okay.
Yeah,
maybe it's just
okay.
me. It's just my eyes. I'm like
the
brain.
ADD meds coming to you?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired. But yeah, what I should have done ages ago. And so I really liked that. Get in touch with my sister. And so I really liked that. I liked that scene. We're gonna need help. And
also,
so,
can you give the man's gun back?
Yeah, and so look at this. And so look at how they're like, right? And so then they see Robin and Crow. But I think why they're surprised is because Winter and Marrow look so surprised. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just surprise all around to see them. Right? I think at first they're like, ah, shit, like we're in trouble. But then like you see their faces. And then they say, speaking of help, right? So that's probably why they had a more surprised expression. Because they were like, you want help from us? Like, what? But yeah, just a teeny bit of lag. Yeah, so I don't know.
At the most stressful board meeting of all time. This is kind of interesting that if you look at all the photos in the background, it's all of just Mom, Pop, and Whitley.
And just
no winter, no west.
terrain, I guess.
And the cold, desolate winter, much like Jacques' soul.
Yeah.
And parenting abilities.
If we can't evacuate unless we use a staff, which is located inside of the vault. If we open the vault, Penny terminates, right? And so that was like the whole thing, is that we can open the vault, but because of Penny's directive, she will terminate as soon as the vault is opened, right? And so I really like them discussing the plan here. I thought that that was really, really cool and like nice and stuff. Why does OBS say that the encoding is overloading? I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried. As long as you guys can still see us and everything's okay, like, I don't know, maybe that message is just full of shit. I don't know, but we could also try to turn it off and turn it back on again. You know why? It's because I screenshotted that image. It's coming back to bite me in the ass, me wanting to bother the RWBY Twitter account. But yeah, as long as you guys can still see us, I'm sure that it's fine. If you guys can. Hello? Okay. Yeah, so if we open the vault, if Ironwood gets wind of any of this, he blows up Mantle. There's something else to consider. Once the staff creates anything else, the city drops. And so a lot of people...
We're frozen on our report.
I knew it was gonna happen. Hey guys! Hello!
Yeah.
We're back!
Called it!
I know, I knew it! I could see it coming
Call
for
you
some reason.
Calstradamus.
It was just being weird, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, uh-oh, like something's... big lag, something's weird. Okay, so yeah. They froze! Oh no, we're fine, don't worry, we're still here. Relax. Okay, so yeah, can you guys still see us? Is everything okay? Okay, so yeah, we're back. So yeah, so people were really confused about this, and we'll cover that later, because I'm sure that there's gonna be a lot of confusion around what actually happened in, like, the rules of the staff this episode and stuff. And so, like, we're gonna cover that. I'm sure there's gonna be some people that, like, are like, they broke the rules, like, this is a retcon, this is inconsistent, and I'm like, no, you just don't understand. Like, you can think that the reasoning's dumb,
and it's a little tricky.
Right? You can understand, like, you can think that it's dumb, but it makes sense within the universe, like, they made sense within the universe of the show. Like, you can think it's dumb, but it does actually do make sense. And so, yeah, Alice has enough gravity just to keep it from plummeting immediately, but it will fall, right? Like, that's the whole point of that conversation. So, yeah, as long as you guys can see us and everything's good, well, no one's gonna want to be around when it touches down, right? And so that's the other thing, is that it's gonna fall, it's just gonna fall, like, slowly. Okay, then let's use the staff, right, to teleport everyone to safety. And I love this, because Jean has a good idea, but it's like, you can't just wave it like a magic wand, right? We haven't even told you about him, right? And so that was, like, our first hint, that it was a guy.
Yes.
And I was so excited, right? The spirit and the staff, like Jin, but he's a character. He can build you anything, but only if you can explain to him how, right? And so, like, that's the other, like, catch to all this as well. And so I think that that's, like, interesting. Like, any craftsman, he'll need blueprints, like, a sort of reference. And I think that that's, like, that is very, like, Momo from My Hero Academia. Like, that was good.
Yeah.
People are already saying it's a plot device. Like, no. I mean, like, aren't all the relics plot device? Isn't everything a plot device? Like, everything is supposed to move forward the plot. That's the point. But anyway, it makes sense. No, No, she's not going to disappear, and we'll explain it because, again, it's tricky to understand, but it does make sense, and so we will try to do. If it'll help if we have real-world examples to show him, right? I've already gone through the city layouts for the SDC evacuation. Maybe I can help. So it seems like the portal was based on the city layout to some extent. And then
that Whitley's also
it was
being
sent
useful.
to Vacuo, and so that was like really good. Yeah, this was really tricky, but it is understandable, and we'll try to explain it best we can. There's still James and his bomb. Weiss has a plan for that, right?
I also love
Emerald. And
I also love that
really
like Weiss like smirking. I'm up to something.
Yeah, and so I thought that this was so fucking smart because they took the hole that Ozpin made, right, when he got shot. I didn't even remember that was like a thing that could be used. And so that's so like fucky, and like anybody could just go in there though, is the thing. Like even if Cinder went in there though, like she couldn't do anything about it, right? You know what I mean? Like even if somebody like, you know, accidentally like came up here for some reason, like even if Cinder accidentally came up here, like it wouldn't be like she could unlock the vault anyway, so you know, it wouldn't really matter. But I love this whole, like I think that this was so smart, and you can actually see Penny still struggling here, so I thought that was good. And then you see Weiss, right? Like you see Klein, Whitley, and Willow, and so it sort of implied that they have their own like one last ship, even though the other like freight cars were destroyed. There's probably a private little jet, if that makes sense. So I really like that. I love how they go wee. And so I really like this. Like this plan was actually very, very smart, and I'm happy to see it. Like I thought that this was a very intelligent plan overall, and so I thought that this was really, really good. I'm surprised that Nora didn't go with Penny, but it kind of makes sense given her resistance to Ironwood that she would go against like Ironwood directly, and then I guess now they're sort of staying with their team instead of like still splitting up, you know? And so I really love this. Like I knew that hole was gonna be important. Yeah, like nothing is filler now. Like everything, it's so satisfying. Yes, like everything is coming together in like a very meaningful way.
Consider like that's even kind of a hint for what his staff ended up doing, because he probably used the staff to blow a hole.
True, very true. That is right.
So I guess, it was kind of in front of us the entire time. I almost at the time assumed that, like, it was almost like Star Wars. There's, like, that one little hole that goes to the important place. He just fell through the one hole.
Yeah, I guess what happened with John is that he probably amped her once before they left, right? Like, because I think they're all on the same plane, right? So he probably was like, okay, Penny, there you go. That'll get you enough juice to, like, go up there, right? So I think that was the idea because, like, it would have been too much of a... Like, Penny would terminate, like, right after the vault opens. And so Jean would be more helpful somewhere else because he wouldn't need to do the aura amp for long, right? It's just talking to the staff after a bit. And so I really like this. I love how, like, the door opens. Like, I thought that was cool.
I love how it's also similar, whereas in Mistral it was the fans, and this one is more geometric, there we go. Geometric, and it tumbles in layers just like the fans.
And so you can actually see, like, where it's moving. And it also always reminds me of, like, cogs and stuff. Like, it's very Wizard of Oz, you know?
Because, like, fans, and they kind of went for, like, because with that, it's sort of meant to be sort of East Asian.
Yeah, sure.
Inspired in this, it almost looks like a metropolis, like a bunch of
a bunch of
skyscrapers.
Cities, right? Yeah, I really
so
like that.
So I like how it, like,
very nice
subtly
design.
intuits the nature of the place.
So I really like it. And so I loved, like, this, too. And I think that, I don't know what these flowers are or what they mean.
But there's blue, white, and yellow ones. So.
Like, it could be something in terms of, like, oh, like, this is the god of light colors,
maybe.
Right? Sort of like the sand in the sky, like, all represented the god of light. I'm predicting that the other two relics will be, like, their coloration will be after the god of darkness, and so they'll be, like, silver and purple. A lot of people have made that theory, but I think that given the fact that there seems to be this trend, I think that the destruction relic and then the crown of choice will actually be, because, okay, so on one hand, people seem to be under the impression that the god of light made all of the relics and gave them to the humans, and the god of darkness had nothing to do with it. In that case, I could see them all having consistent coloration. On the other hand, we also know, though, that the god of darkness has dominion, well, not total dominion, but he's the destruction boy, right? So it'd be kind of weird, because, like, again, the god of darkness says, like, you don't have dominion over creation, brother, and so the opposite would be true. Like, the god of light could make a destruction relic, but I think it would have been more fitting if the god of light was just the liaison, and he didn't want anything to do you know, the God of Darkness didn't want anything to do with humans anymore, but he still made, like, the relic for the God of Light. Yeah, and so that's the thing, is, like, I think that, like, a different, like, color would sort of be interesting. Like, I think that, like, the God of Light was probably responsible for a lot of it, because the God of Darkness was like, fuck this shit, I hate these kids, right? Like, I hate these people, right? But at the same time, like, I think that it would be kind of cool. Yeah, the God of Darkness gifted the original humans with destruction and yeah, I think so. Yeah. And so even though he wasn't really involved in the God of Light's whole thingy, like, I feel like that it would be cool to have, like, a different, like, color and stuff. So that's sort of my thing. And so I feel like that could be something. I don't know.
I also like how they knew immediately when they opened the vault Penny would start self-destructing, so they immediately ran for the relic.
Yeah, and so I thought that was really good, and so she uses her speed to get there. I think that was nice. The picture of the crown of choice in the fairy tale book depicts it as being golden with red encrusted jewels. I wouldn't trust that depiction too much, because it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, the fairy tales are supposed to be taken literally, and unless somebody had, like, a first-hand account and was like, write this down for this fairy tale, like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, like, the writers would have that information to pass on to the artist, but in universe, like, you know, they wouldn't necessarily know. They would just put in their idea of a
it's
crown,
like almost
right?
like an in-universe built-in reasoning why there would be inconsistencies.
So maybe it'll be gold with red gems. Like, that could be interesting.
That could be something.
But I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't say that's the definitive version of the crown. It could be, but we don't know, right? And so I like seeing everyone pause. I thought that that was good. So it seems like that they're actually, like, going to be fighting the Aesops. And so it seems, because Marrow can't hold them back forever. So I feel like they're either gonna fuck off, or they're gonna actually fight and subdue them enough to get away. So that'll be interesting, too. And then you see, like, Winter bringing Iron... I love how Jacques is still there. I was so sure that Jacques would be dead, bro. Like, how did he survive all that? The little cockroach? Like, he's just awful, right? And so then you see that Penny starts to self-destruct here, because she's done the directive of the virus to open the vault, right? And so I feel like that, like, this was a really nice scene to see all of those poses. Yeah, I do think that they will fight the Aesops at this point. Like, I feel like that they will. And I really like this. Hopefully, like, YouTube, no one is naked. It's like Genie from Aladdin. Do not come for me, okay? This is not nudity. There's no little bitties. It's just like, it is just
Although
like a Disney movie.
Although people were upset. I saw
just
some
like
thirst
a Disney
tweets
movie.
That were like, why do we not allow him to hang Dong?
It's just like a Disney movie.
Why does he have to be built like a Ken doll? A lot of people were quite upset.
So yeah, it's just like a Disney movie. He's a cartoon. It's just like Genie. Relax. Anyway, and so I think that this was like, I love this man, by the way. Can we just talk about him? I think, like, he is such a good character.
I wonder what about him you like.
We just met him, and I like his personality. I really like his hairstyle. Like, I think that, like, it seems like someone has come to engage in my creative wiles, right? Like, I love that. Like, I love his dialogue. I think that that's really good. That better be worth it, right? And so he's like an artist, right? How pedestrian, a floating city. Right? And so I really like him. Like, I love his personality. I love his hair. He reminds me of Zigbar for some reason, like from Kingdom Hearts.
He reminds me of, like, people like Wamu and AC/DC, and also, who's the big villain from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
You tell me. I haven't watched
the one that's the meme.
Oh.
Dio! He looks like Dio. Because they're all, like, really buff and they're floaty and they make those poses.
Been waiting for everyone to see our boy. Hi, Eddie. Yeah, we saw it. And so, can I just say, I was so happy because, like, Hunter and I's whole thing, I don't know if you guys know, but Hunter and I were, like, not in conflict with each other, but Hunter was, like, team big buff man, and I was team...
Because I thought, like, Atlas big boy holds up the world.
And I was team, like, yes, but I think that they're gonna do, like, a blue fairy thing where they make Penny a real girl. So that was our, like, opposing thing. But what my peanut brain didn't realize is that we don't need to choose. You can be a buff blue fairy, right? And so, like,
I think we were talking about physicality, too. Like, you thought it would physically look like the blue fairy.
Yeah, like a little bit.
And mine was all physicality. Yours was physicality and also what he would do. So at the end of the day, I think we kind of...
Exactly. We both, like, had, like, a merged idea, and I think it's great. Yes, oh my god. And so I'm so happy, because that was our big thing on our bingo card. Oh, man, did I close my bingo card? I must have. We'll, like, do the bingo card probably, like, at the end of the volume. But, like, I think we both got, like, a little bingo, because I thought, oh, Blue Fairy, kind of. Like, obviously, he's based off of, like, Merlin and stuff. Like, I've seen, like, as far as I know, know we talked about that in the chat earlier. But, like, otherwise, like, I feel like he fulfilled the blue fairy role, and he was a big buff man after all, and so I was like, let's go! We did it! Oh my god, oh god. And as soon as you see, like, the different coloration of the smoke, right, in the OP, you know that somebody's in there, and so, oh my god, I loved that. Oh gosh, okay. Yeah, there's, like, Greek inspiration, there's, like, the Merlin stuff, there's just a whole bunch of stuff going on. Hold on, we got a super chat. Thank you, Destiny, for the $5 super chat. While the blue smoke came out, I was, chanting Buff Blue Dude, and I was not disappointed exactly.
I think I started singing Prince Ali.
It was so good. I feel just so valid, guys. Look how valid we are. I love the fact that we said that. I'm so happy. But yeah, and so this is his name, and apparently, like, people are saying that, like, that's who the Wizard of Merlin was before he was, like, called Merlin or something. Like, there's a bunch of,
I also
like,
think
stuff.
Ambrosia is the food that the Greeks got. Yeah. I think that there's there's
a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I think that Eddie said on Twitter that, like, the code name for him or something like that was like Beefy Merlin or something. Hold on, let me read the exact tweet. I don't want to, like, play broken telephone or anything. Let me find it. Let me find it real fast. Okay, so let's look.
I wonder what, like, was, like, I don't know, was, like, Jin's name Curvaceous Genie?
All during writing, his code name was Merlin Daddy. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Merlin Daddy. There we go.
Right.
Correction.
Well,
yeah, oh my god, I'm just so, like, I'm so happy. And I just like his hair, and I like the thingy, and I just, oh man, I like how, like, he fits in a lot with Jin, but he's also a very unique character by himself. Like, I thought that this was so good. Right, she's dying, and then I love this. I love how he's just, like, fooling around, and, like, a lot like Jin, right? Like, Jin does the exact same thing where she turns over. Yes.
I mean, if I could float, I'd have fun, too.
Who is her? Wait, what? Hold on. She's dying. It's about our friend. Well, I don't
dying.
know what you
Penny?
guys mean by who is her.
Anyway.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're talking about Penny. I'm sorry, I got confused. Maybe the chat's talking about something else. Anyway, to bring people back from the dead. So we can't bring people back from the dead. So I feel like that is kind of a no for our bingo card, because we had a theory that you could bring someone back from the dead, but it would go awful, like Full Metal Alchemist type thing, and, like, maybe there's still a possibility for that, something like that, just because, like,
maybe. A lot of people seemed upset that, like, Clover wasn't coming back.
Well, no! Why would he? The God of Light was like, no resurrection!
That would be pretty wild if all of this nonsense started from someone not, like, it being against the rules to resurrect people, and then we're like, fuck it, let's resurrect people.
Right, so it never made any sense. It never made any sense for the staff to resurrect anyone. But we do know that it can at least, like, I don't know, like, there's other things that it can do that I feel like could get very fucked up and, like, Monkey's Paw-esque, but, like, not today. Basically, not today, then maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's definitely, more playful than Jin. Yeah, like, Jin is more refined, I think. He's more, like...
excitable.
Yeah, chaotic energy, this man. And so, yeah, no bringing people back from the dead. None of that. So yeah.
Sorry, Kira.
But yeah.
And Clover.
That's not what
Roman.
we want. She's not your typical girl. And I love this because he perks up because, like, think about his personality so far. He's like, I want to do something cool, and they've just been having me make a city go up in the sky for 10,000 years. Well, it's only been like 100 years, but you know what I mean? So, like, this man's bored, bro, right? And so, like, he's just like, he's jumping at the chance, and I love how he just like zoom. There's so much zooming going on in this volume, but you see that Penny's like about to terminate, right?
Yeah.
About to, like, self-destruct and stuff, but then, like, you know, I love this, and he just, like, creates a little magnifying glass, right?
So, yeah.
Like, he's able to create, so I really like that. I like that, too. I don't know if Jin would be able to do that, and so I love this, right? I'd love to meet whoever did this, and I'm like, what if that's foreshadowing? What if he does meet Pietro somehow? I don't know. Like, I mean, like, on the other hand, like, Watts also did some bad things, so what if it's, like, connected to that as well? I think he mostly means the robot body, though, so that's Pietro, not really Watts, but, like, what if he does? That would kind of be cool, right? Oh god, yeah, I think, oh god, the Ambrosius ex Pietro's, like, old, though. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Well, so is him, he's an ancient deity.
I think, like, with
I feel like it's weird to ship I feel like they would be good friends.
Yeah, they would geek out together, I guess. But yeah, we can ship the relics together.
I feel like Jin, like they're just
like
asexual beings.
Knowledge and creation, like that kind of goes together because he needs blueprints and stuff. Like Jin could give him the knowledge to make anything in theory, right? So I feel like
he, you know what he would want? He wouldn't want a romantic relationship with someone. He would just want to like sit around and like build a model train set with Pietro.
Yeah, do a puzzle or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I love him. Oh my god. There's something eating away at her. I'm guessing you have some clever plan to save her, and I love this, right? Just know I will give you exactly what you asked for, and I don't want any complaining when it's not what you wanted, and I love that. Very, like, again, Genie from Aladdin stuff. Look at him! Look how excited he is! He's so, like, cool. Like, I just love it. He's just such a cool... I love him. I love him a lot. We want to make a new version of her using her exact same robot parts. Okay, so here's where everyone got fucking kerfuffled or like confused, okay? I'm gonna break this down.
Yes.
A lot of people think that the god of, not the god, that the relic, that the staff, a lot of people think that Ambrosius made Penny a new human body. That is not what happened. So basically what happened is that RWBY asked for making a new Penny with the exact same robot parts only, and he did. And so what happened is that the soul inadvertently, through RWBY's question, got separated from Penny's body, and her soul seemed to take care of itself and manifested by making a body. Very Kingdom Hearts, like how the nobodies like are like have a body, like, you know what I mean, like the nobodies like have a body in Kingdom Hearts. That's what I could compare it to, right?
Almost like it teleported her out of her robot parts.
Yeah, exactly. And so a lot of people were like, well, why didn't Penny disappear when when they started to make the portals? But Penny's robot body did. And so that's the thing about this, is like, I think a lot of people are confused and they're like, how could they retcon this out? But they didn't. He made a new robot body, and that robot body disappeared when the portals happened, right? The body that Penny has is just like a manifestation that I guess her soul like inadvertently created from being separated from like the, like, think about again.
Okay, the way I thought it was that it ended up using, like, you put her souls and we just reconstructed the atoms that were in some of her robot parts into like human flesh.
Well, no, because then she would disappear.
That's
so the
true,
soul made the body for her.
Oh, I guess the soul made the body.
I think Kingdom Hearts is like the best explanation. So like, I'm sorry to do this to you, Hunter, but like in Kingdom Hearts, Sora loses his heart, and when he loses his heart, he creates Roxas, which has a body and a soul. And at one point, Roxas's like soul basically joins back with Sora, but when it's released again, like there's a body for him like to go to basically. And so I think that's the best way to explain it, is that the soul and the body are a separate concept, but the soul like manifested its own body as a container, right? Like it's your body is just a container for your soul. And so when it was separated from the robot body, like, you know, the laws of physics didn't know what to do. It was like, well, we can't just have a soul flying around, right? And so it made the body for her. Ambrosius didn't do it. Ambrosius didn't do that. So I think that is how it all happened, right?
Yes.
Is Penny still
if you
the
can
Maiden?
add any clarity to
I
this,
mean, I think that we have a good explanation,
I like
right?
what you're doing.
But yeah, Tiga LDR, she asked the parts to be made into a new body, and then the soul made itself a new body. Yeah, and so like that's basically what happened. Like, yeah, and so is she still a robot? No. She's not still a robot anymore. Her new body is a byproduct of what he did. Exactly. It's just a happy accident, basically. Right? And so they made one thing. They just did it in a tricky way in order to give Penny something that would sustain longer than just using the staff. And they didn't even know if it would work. Right? Like, they didn't even know. Right? So they were just hoping. They were, like, living on a prayer of it working or not. Right? And so, yeah, she's basically, like...
Let's go through the dialogue
right more. That was curiously worded, girl. An exact copy of her would include the virus, so RWBY X out did not ask for an exact copy. Bad. And then she says, an exact copy of her without the virus would cease to exist the second you make anything else. And so that's why they couldn't just copy Penny, right? That's basically your explanation.
Does that mean that her biological body has a computer virus in it?
No. Hunter, an exact copy of her would include the virus.
Yes.
So RWBY doesn't ask for an exact copy. An exact copy of her without the virus would cease to exist the second you make anything else. So if they just made a robot Penny, that would cease to exist the moment they make anything else. So what she asked for is that we want to keep her around for longer than that, right?
Smiles.
You've done your homework. We want you to create, this is the thing, we want you to create a new version of her using her existing robot parts, taking the virus with them.
Yes.
And so basically, they don't get rid of the virus, they just sort of they don't get rid of the virus from like the robot. You still see that the robot's spazzing out and self-destructing.
They separate the soul from the robot.
Exactly.
The soul creates a new
We want
body.
you to create a new version of her using only her existing robot parts, right? And so it's just the robot parts that he's making that with the robot parts, right? I'm just explaining to them.
I feel like the only weird thing is that they never bring up the idea that a soul can just manifest a new body.
Well,
I feel like they're gonna reference that.
We'll definitely have to get there. Yeah, exactly. And so they removed her robot body with the virus from Penny the girl. Exactly. And so I think that like it makes sense to me anyway. And so I don't think that it's like a cop out or anything like from the rules of the relic. They worked within the rules, and I'm gonna like roast some people on Twitter if I see them saying they didn't, because you cannot like this explanation.
It's
but this
little
explanation makes
confusing,
sense,
and it
right?
has a little jump in logic. But I don't
like
think it's
how you
fundamentally
clean
broken.
water by boiling it. Yeah, kinda, I guess, right? Okay, but if I take the robot parts out of her, that would leave Penny,
yes.
the girl who's always been there underneath. And so that's how they explain it, right? Ambrosius didn't create the body, right? He, like, the body kind of happened, right?
I think what's confusing for people is that the soul was a separate thing almost.
Yeah, exactly.
But it created a body.
The soul was added and they moved everything else. Exactly. Yeah. So the soul is here and they scoop and then you have this Penny left over, right?
Wait, go back?
You can't destroy, it's against the rules, but you wouldn't be destroying her. Her soul is who she is. The mechanical parts are just extra.
So did he almost make that body for her so her soul wouldn't die?
Well, I don't think that it was a byproduct of what he did.
Sure, yeah.
He did it
but
himself.
But it wasn't the primary thing, so it was almost like a through... Those were all the poppers that fell on the ground. It was through their particular wording that meant he created something different.
It was their tricky wording, because what he actually created was another robot that disappeared as soon as he made the portals, but he didn't create Penny's in a way, right?
Yes.
And so, for a non-English person, it was very difficult to understand. I can totally understand that. I'm talking about the RWBY critics that are going to be like, retcon, when I'm like, I know you can understand this, I promise you. It's just whether or not you like it or not, right? The mechanical parts are just extra, right? And so then he said, what would be left? Well, I don't know. I guess you just have to get creative, right? And so
I guess he almost creates the body for her. It wasn't like a spontaneous manifestation. But it wasn't what he was specifically asked for, therefore it would not go away when they asked for something new.
Kinda,
it's the kind of logical thing he had to... Okay.
It was like tricky
This makes perfect sense now.
It's kind of like how in Aladdin asks the genie to get them out of the cave, but he doesn't say, I wish for you to get me out of the cave, right? Yeah. Aladdin says, I bet you can't get us out of this cave, and the genie does it, and he's like, you only have 2 questions left, and Aladdin's like, actually, I have 3, because I didn't technically ask you to do that. So it's because they didn't ask that it was safe from disappearing. So yes. But I hope that cleared up, like, the confusion for people that are, like, genuinely confused, right? So I hope that helps. I'm not, like, attacking anyone who's genuinely confused. I'm just saying that I know that people are going to use this in a disingenuous way, and I'm not happy about it. Do you guys know what I mean? Right? And so, like,
I could see there's going to be a couple YouTube videos with very big explosive titles like, RWBY makes no sense anymore!
Yeah, so that's what I'm more criticizing, because it does make sense. You just need to think about about it, and I know that the critics are smart enough to understand it. I'm just afraid if their want to make a RWBY doesn't make sense video outweighs them actually using their brain. That's the only thing I'm concerned about.
So there's the character Jean in The Fairly Odd Parents, which was a genie who was really skeezy.
Yeah.
And would always, like, twist your words.
Legal.
This is a version of that, but instead of twisting your words in a way you dislike, it's a way of twisting your words in a way that everyone benefits.
Yeah, loopholes, exactly,
loopholes,
right?
Yes.
And then he's like, how much of the old penny would be my work and how much would be her? I thought that this was great little ship of Theseus thing, and so this is all very exciting and very dangerous. I don't know what the results are.
I don't know if it's totally ship of Theseus thing.
Well, he said how much is mine and how much would be penny, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
He did say that. But yeah, I hope that helped you guys. Maybe we will make a separate video on it because I feel like people are still going to be confused. But yes, and so yeah, what Hunter just said, exactly. Yes. Yeah, it wasn't the original wish, it wasn't destroyed. Yes. Exactly. That's basically how it went. Yes, exactly. We don't have any other options. We believe in her, and so I really like that, right? And so I love this. Like, I love how he's
Witness
like, my artistry! And so I thought that this was so great. Oh, gosh.
I also love how this feels very... This
Disney,
is when I was like...
Beauty and the Beast.
This is Beauty and the Beast.
When the
Disney.
beast goes in the air and he starts like...
This shit, like, I love the gold and the blue. Like, orange and blue works really well as complements, but this just looks gorgeous.
And look at this.
And I even feel like her eyes look slightly different.
And you can see where the split happens, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what they're doing. They're splitting her, right? And so that's why there are two. And so that may be something a lot of people missed, but there are two. She does still have access to the Maiden powers, guys. Don't worry. Please make that video. Okay, I'll do it just for you.
There'll be diagrams.
There's gonna be, I'm gonna get my bulletin board. So yeah, I think that it would be beneficial in order to help the people that are genuinely confused. Like, the people that are going to complain are going to complain regardless of the clarification that you give them. But for the people that are genuinely confused, I think we can help. So yeah, basically they did a split, right? And so what they asked for disappeared.
I love his little anime. That strikes me as kind of JoJo.
I love him, right? Oh, man.
I dig it.
So it seems like that the Aesops are still frozen, but now they're not. I think they... Oh, wait, no, everyone was frozen because the genie stopped doing the thing, so then they went back. Yeah. And so then we have Jean.
The signal's up then.
Hopefully Penny's gonna be okay, and so yeah.
This is every start of every Zoom call ever.
Or just every stream.
Can you guys hear me? Can you put into chat if you can hear... Someone has their mic on? If you can turn, someone has their mic on.
This is like Miles going live on Twitch.
Oh,
I don't know if he even streams. It's Carrie that goes live. This is just Carrie going live on Twitch. Oh my God, is it working? I don't know. PowerPoint video? Oh God, if we really need to make one, we could.
I will make a fucking PowerPoint
presentation, guys. This is how it works. Don't worry. But yeah, and so they kind of wasted a little bit of their live time. So that's like kind of like sus with John, like being like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like being all confused. And so, like, that's the only thing. I'm like, oh, God damn it, John. You could have had more time. But, like, I feel like people will just jump into the hole and hope for the best. At this point, you know what I mean? Like, you hear that the city's gonna destroy it, and then you see a magical portal. Like, I'm pretty sure people are smart enough to put 2 and 2 together. Now, this, I think, was because of Watts. I don't think it was because of Ironwood. Ironwood's all locked up and stuff. So I think that, yes, Watts shut down the CCTV, and, Watts shut down the CCT, and I'm, like, worried about Pietro and Maria, because, like, they were on, you know, Amity Coliseum, and that's not, like, directly connected or related, but, like, you know what I mean? Because the global communications already went down, so I don't think he would go fuck with Pietro, but I'm still a little worried. But yeah, I think that Watts did this. I think that Watts teared all the communication down. So yeah, that's not nice. Right? And then he's like, it's dead! And so, like, this is sad. Feels sad, man.
And they did the whole kingdom-wide communications. Yeah,
so Atlas communications just went down again, right? And so I think that Watts did that, honestly. The boy said Atlas is falling. Is that true? And I was like, I really thought this man was dead. How naive and stupid were I? Like, you know what I mean? Yes, we're using the staff to get everyone to safety. And I'm like, do you even know what that means? Like, do you even know what a staff is, sir? Like, I don't think he knows, right? So I'm just like...
He might not.
Right? Salem can have the rubble, we'll all be long gone. And so he's like, are you gonna leave me here? And I really like this, because it fits in with what we were saying. Like, I was like, oh, well, Robin wouldn't want Jacques to die, because ultimately Robin wants Jacques to pay punishment for his crimes. And so it seems like that Weiss has the same ideology, whereas Winter is like, oh, I would leave you there, right? And so we get that, and I really like this. When we're finished, we'll move you both to safety. Our gun thing didn't happen, though, using Jacques as a hostage, unfortunately. I mean, it still could. If Ironwood somehow was able to get out of these dust things, like, you know, he could use Jacques against Winter, but Winter's like, I don't care, kind of like what we predicted a couple weeks ago, but yeah. Maybe Penny can have a semblance now? That's kind of interesting, actually. Yeah. That's kind of an interesting idea.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe her semblance will have something to do, like allow her to kind of use her weapons like she did previously.
Yeah, maybe, like make fake... if that makes sense, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it.
Because she doesn't have a weapon. I have a lot of questions about Penny, but we'll get to that later.
Yes, we'll get to it when we get there, but don't worry. People have the worst timing with these messages, yeah. And I love how, like, don't thank me, it was Weiss's decision. So that implies, like, that Winter would be like, fuck you. So yeah, again, guys, right? There's two Pennies. Yeah. Why? Because they separated her, right? And so...
I also like the subtle differences. Like, in this one, she doesn't have her boots. There, she doesn't have her rockets.
I wish that they gave her shoes.
Yeah.
I wish that they did not give her shoes.
Yeah.
So I know that this is like mechanical legs, like she's not really wearing shoes, whereas she's actually still wearing a dress, but I wish that they made her shoes. And I like this because her on button has just been replaced by a
And
bell.
Also, if you look at her new bow and her old bow, one's like geometric, thank you, and robotic, and the other is just a normal bow.
Yeah, so this is a normal bow, so you can see that, like, this is real girl Penny, and this is robot Penny.
Yes.
Right? So is Penny a real girl? Yes.
Yes.
Right.
I feel like the trans allegory is only getting stronger from this point.
Oh my god, somebody said that actually. Like,
no,
watching your own body die? Yes.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
In a way, I suppose.
Yeah,
not necessarily. I don't know. I was more like a sort of completion, because that was, everyone kind of thought that she was sort of transcoded because she had no real gender.
I mean, completion, yes, but somebody on Twitter specifically was like, yes, like, what is more trans than, like, seeing your old body, like, disappear, right? And just being a new, like,
all of a sudden, I have tits and or don't have tits anymore.
Exactly. So,
that's a relatable
somebody on Twitter said that.
That
wasn't my opinion. That was a trans person on Twitter that said that.
But yeah, it's kind of like, there's a feeling of, like, okay, completion and moving away.
Guys, stop talking about Penny's feet. I'm gonna ban you guys. Like, why are y'all being so fucking weird?
Because also, you can, first off, you can talk about Ambrosius' feet, because his toes were all over the place.
You can talk about, like, I don't know, it's just, like, it's fine for him. Like, it's fine to talk about that, but not leave Penny alone. What are you guys doing, right? And so, yeah, so this is Robot Penny that is now terminating.
Yes.
Because, what am I trying to say? Because she's terminating because of the virus. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. Imagine how cold the floor is. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah. And so this Penny is short-circuiting, right? And it's interesting because now you see that Penny is all aura, right? She doesn't just have a little baby piece of aura. Yeah. She has, like more aura.
That's interesting.
You know what I mean?
It grew out more.
Exactly. Instead of Pietro's, like, little tiny spark, it's now...
I like that.
Like, she has full aura now. But yeah, I really like this scene because this is just so fucked up of, like, mangled, self-terminating Penny. So I thought that was really, really good. Like, I thought that this was a really good scene to illustrate the concept of the split again, even though people are still confused. But yeah, that's okay. Penny has no heat signature. Oh, well, I guess it's because maybe she's not, like, mechanical anymore. She has an aura signature instead.
I mean, she'd still be warm, like, humans are cold-blooded.
Maybe she's cold, bro. I don't know.
Maybe she's a little chilly.
She's a little chilly. But yeah, I don't think it was heat signature. I think it was scanning for her aura. And so I really like the destruction, and I really like.
Or maybe it was just, like, her eyes bugging out, and so everything looked green for a moment.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. If Penny's aura goes out, well, no, she'd just die, guys. Like, if Penny dies, people die when they are killed, right? If Pyrrha's aura goes out, would she die? Like, it's the same thing, guys. You know what I mean? If anyone's aura goes out,
also, can we talk about Weiss holding a big sword? It's just adorable.
I mean, the staff, yeah.
The staff.
I thought that was nice.
Are you okay? And then the music, and then
it's like Penny coming into the light. I really liked that, right?
Can we talk about how Nuts and Bolts is like...
It's like, I'm Olaf, and I like warm hugs. Like, I feel like that this was so...
But can we talk about how, like, tender this is?
You think that this is, like...
This is Come on.
Yeah.
Nuts and bolts is, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I hope so.
I really hope so.
Now that Penny's a real girl, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they could have been together before, but, like, I feel like that RWBY has been so integral in her character arc of always seeing Penny as a real person, right? And so I feel like that could be, like, the thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Guts and dolts. Yeah, basically. Now they're both human right now. What do we have to do? And so I hope that it becomes canon,
Just look at, like, Ruby's face.
I love this. Look at how she hugs Weiss. We should probably check to see if our theory, and like she goes to hug
you missed my favorite part.
What?
Is that when she looks over to Yang, oh, you missed it, but it's like she has a little glint in her eye, like, ooh, another person. And then like lifts Yang right up, and then Blake
so
lifts,
nice.
you do not know all of the gift sets, everything on Tumblr, on Twitter.
Great.
It was all thirst for Ambrosius, and like
Look
people showing that, being like, oh my god, look at how precious it is.
I mean, they can just be friends, but we don't want them to just be friends. We
No,
want them to
damn
be
it.
together. Yeah, like obviously, like they can, like people can be friends, but Penny already has other friends. You know what I mean?
She has plenty of
Weiss,
friends.
Blake, and Yang. They're her friends. RWBY doesn't need to be her friend.
If you want them to be friends, good on you. God bless you.
But we don't.
Not here.
Not here.
Ever since Volume 7,
you have to
I've
be
been so
you have
hard
to be
for
friends to be romantic with each other, right?
Yeah. You have to hit that one layer first before you get to the other one.
No, not everyone needs to date everyone, but like just RWBY and Penny's not everyone.
Yeah,
We're not saying
everyone.
to do like, like a poly ship or something.
You know.
What about Weiss? Oh, I don't know.
Weiss can date whoever. I don't know. She can date whoever.
Well, you
she
guys
can date
just
Emerald.
said she doesn't need to be paired up with
She
someone.
doesn't
Now
have
you're
to
trying
date
to
anybody.
pair her up. Oh god. Anyway, yeah, so he's like, oh, it's you guys again. So I thought that was really funny. We're not done with you yet. Let's try the quick version. Can you make a bunch of doorways in Atlas that open at a single stop in Vacuo? Yeah!
We're going to... Well, they're going to Vacuo. Are we going to Vacuo?
No. I don't think so. They're gonna fall in a hole and have to
I
get
don't
out
know.
of Wonderland. That's how I sort of imagine. We'll make a theory about that. Don't worry. Okay. Sure. I'll just need the coordinates and specs for each door and an explanation for bending space and time. So I wonder who did that. Was that Osmond that made the explanation for bending space and time, or was it John? Like, who's the smart one that had that information?
Because Whitley had some of the central locations.
But he can't bend space and time, though, Whitley. I don't think. You know what I mean?
Listen, our smart boy, he helped a little.
So here's where Hunter got his Hunter got their third W of the day, okay? Yes. Here, a place like these vaults, whatever they are, they're not part of Remnant.
So I guess then...
You were right.
Yeah, they're not.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
So it's happening. Aren't you happy?
Yeah,
I know it didn't happen in relation to the cave, but it happened.
I still just don't... My question is, like, how was it created?
Well, the gods did it.
I mean, I guess the gods did it. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I also like that it's just this whole different, like...
And what if the gods are chilling here? Like, they're big chilling here.
Yeah.
You know? I actually have a theory that the god of light is actually both of the relics, and the god of darkness is both of his relics.
Yeah.
And so instead of calling the gods back, the reason why bringing the relics together is so important is because the relics will actually merge.
The
Voltron, basically. Exactly. Mistral isn't safe. No, it's not. Exactly.
No, it's not.
Not safe. And didn't Oz create the vaults? Actually...
Well, that's what I thought with his powers, but then his power was just a bomb.
Here's the complicated part. He created the schools, but whether he made the vaults exactly are a little bit complicated because, like, he went around to go find the relics, and I sort of wonder if it's possible
that the
relics were always in the location.
Yeah.
And he built the schools on top of the relics versus taking the relics and putting them in a vault. Does that make sense?
And it would also make sense because he would be able to open all the doors because the maidens are just him, basically.
Yeah. And so, like... He created the schools around the relics. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. That it wasn't exactly him making the vaults, but he put the schools on top of the vaults to protect the vaults that already existed but no one else could open but him. And then that's how the maidens are able to unlock, right? And so that's also why it's possible that the vault is not actually on top of Beacon and the vault for the crown is actually somewhere else. Right? Yeah. This reminds me when Oz in his past life asked where are the other relics. Exactly, because it's like he found a relic and then he asked where the other ones were and he built the schools on top of them, in a sense, is what I'm thinking. It's simple, lads. Just be a multi-shipper. Friendships, ships. We have it all. Exactly, Destiny. Thank you again for the super chat. You're being very generous today and we appreciate it as we
Man,
try
Penny
to wrap
must
up.
be so cold right now. Like, her, like... They're like no pants, no stockings.
Well, I mean, she's wearing a dress, so she has like she doesn't have leggings. I guess you mean, right?
Yeah.
Because she doesn't need pants if you're wearing a dress. You know what I mean?
But like, you know.
So this is
it's chilly.
Bad or more foolish than you realize. That's bad foreshadowing, right? Something's gonna go wrong here. Not everything's gonna be okay. Whether it's Cinder pushing people off or something else, I feel like the next volume, because Carrie was like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a detour like from Vacuo or something, or like there's gonna be, we're doing this and then we're going to Vacuo. I don't remember exactly what Carrie said, so I don't want to like butcher his words, right? But like we always thought, oh, the detour is gonna be traveling, but what if they fall in and they need to get out of that broken world, and at like in mid RWBY Volume 9 they get out of the world and they arrive in Vacuo, like they get out on the other side, but it's Vacuo. You know what I'm saying? Right? So they fall down, they end up, whatever happens when people fall on the other side, then Team RWBY has to like crawl out of the other side like Wonderland, and then when they get to the other side, Theodore is just like, hey kids, and like cut. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I sort of like imagine, right?
I think we're gonna have a video discussing the possibilities of what that fall
RWBY's going into the realm of darkness. Exactly. That's exactly
it could be the realm of
saying.
Maybe like our idea earlier that we had about Raven showing up in the whale, maybe she instead shows up in the
Junior will make it to Vacuo. I guess they're not Junior, are they? Orange? What do we call them? Anyway, whatever. Like Jean, Nora, Oscar, and Ren will make it to Vacuo, but Team RWBY will fall between worlds. Exactly. So, were the Maiden powers in the robot body?
No.
I don't think...
Because they're part of her soul now.
Yes, exactly.
And so it was only the robot.
I think it was either two things. The robot saw Penny last and just gave it to her. Like, that's one explanation, but either way, she still has them. Or the powers were connected to the soul in the very first place. But either way, the robot either looked at Penny and did the transfer, or she always had them, like, from the start, right? So, RWBY in the Shadowlands. Oh. But yeah, I kind of feel like they'll fall just based on the OP, and that'll be the detour that everyone talked about, like the detour
like in
to
the
Vacuo,
Shadow Realms,
right?
which like they could be like this weird ethereal space.
I mean, it's like Kingdom Hearts.
Maybe we meet like more magical creatures.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe they could fall and they just pop out in the middle of nowhere and like maybe like in the wilderness of.
And so like this is not good. More foolish than you realize, right? And so that's the thing. Like, what is this world? That's not on Remnant. What if like that's more foolish than they realize because it's bad, bro? Not nice.
Yeah.
Very not nice. So we'll have to make a theory about that. I feel like it could be, again, the girl who fell through the world, right? Like, we thought that was Salem, like, falling through the old world and then falling into, like, Remnant, right?
Yeah.
But what if it could also be, like, a metaphor for
this as well?
But what
happened in that we never see that. We never see that
fairy tale, so we don't know exactly what happened, right?
I don't know. That could be frightening.
Anyway. But yeah, and so I guess this portal thing... I guess someone made this. Was it Whitley?
AMC HQ?
I don't know.
What's AMC?
I don't know. You tell me. Guys, hello?
Oh, we're back. Okay.
Hello? Hello? Okay. Guys, connection lost. Don't worry, we're okay.
We're
it's
live.
Just our computer, like, I don't know. Like, my computer's pretty powerful or whatever, but sometimes there'll be encoding errors, and I don't really understand why there are encoding errors. So anyway, I don't remember the last thing we were talking about. I wonder about, like, that AMC thing. Like, I don't know what that was supposed to mean or whatever. So yeah, we missed some parts of dialogue here, so I'm just going back. There's also Cordovan in the background, just while we're there. Yeah, we gotta back up a little, because I just clicked, like, some random photo so we could, like, get where we needed to go, but, like, it's slow as fuck. Okay.
Oh, so someone's saying AMC might be Atlas Military?
Yeah, so maybe they sort of had, like, a plan to make portals or something. Like, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, wait, shipment systems, and so this is also Schnee Dust Company stuff. So yeah, I don't know exactly what they gave him to do this, like the explanation for bending space and time, but yeah, we're back, guys, we're back. So what is Neo gonna do with Cinder? Does Cinder know about Emerald switching sides? I don't think that she knows yet about Emerald switching sides. Where the hell is Raven and Tai Yang? They're coming, I'm pretty sure. Don't worry. But thank you, Ultima, for the $5 super chat. Did you guys see the image change? What do you mean, Alasia? Hold on. Let me go back. Maybe I did something bad. Okay.
So last time
so it was this, right? Yeah. And so wait, it's the same as like the shoots to go up to Atlas, and it's like, oh, there's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so it's based on the snowshoe shipping, but I still don't understand.
So it's not a port. I said we're just okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little confused if you ask me. Okay, so yeah, maybe AMC stands for Atlas Military Compound. Also, hi, take my money. Thank you, Kirsten, for the $5 super chat. And so yes, I think. I don't know, like there's a bunch of stuff, and I'm not entirely sure, but like I'll go with it.
They basically just had to give a broad explanation of like, we know that these places exist, and this is like moving one place to another.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay,
I don't like this.
Yeah,
this is him being like, you guys weren't specific, so I'm gonna do a bad thing. That's that face, right? Yeah. That's that face, is it not? Like, he's basically saying, like, oh, well, you guys weren't as smart on this one, so I'm gonna do the bad.
Because they weren't specific about, like, where they
like
dumped
guardrails,
yeah, guardrails,
right, and stuff like that, right? And so he made something kind of dangerous. You know what I mean? Blueprints provided the coordinates for the doors, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And so that makes sense, like where the doors would pop up, right? But I'm just wondering about the whole bending space and time thing, like who gave them that explanation. But anyway, this is not a good face. This is, I'm doing something tricky because I told you I would do something tricky bitchish. You know what I'm saying? You know? Did the portal reach Amity as well? Well, we'll find out. Hopefully Pietro and Maria aren't just trapped there and stuff, right? Not entirely truthful shot. Exactly. So he's being mischievous, and that's why it's like, do not fall. Bad, right? And so he's being mischievous because they didn't specify, like, hey, make sure there are guardrails, make sure it's not just floating into space, make sure, right? He didn't do any of that. And so you see the portal, and you see this room get created, but look at this, right? Is this not dangerous?
Yeah, like that's not a lot. That looks like Rainbow Road in Mario Kart.
Oh my god, yeah, like is this not? You know what I mean? So what do we think? Oh my god, you all right? Hi, by the way. Oh guys, you guys, now that you all right's here, you should click on him and subscribe to his channel because he makes great videos. I'm like, my brain right now, my brain is spinning. That's the only way I can explain it. You all right? Like it. Oh my god, like we feel so validated with some of our theories, but now there's just so many questions, and I'm just like, oh my god. Yeah, it does look like Rainbow Road, doesn't it? He told them to be specific, and now he's fucking them over. But yeah, you guys should go subscribe to You All Right, because like, that's, I like religiously watch all his theory videos. Ambrosius should put safety railings.
Fucking exactly,
right?
They weren't specific enough.
And I feel like people are just ultimately gonna just jump in because it's like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's the harm? They already know that the city's gonna fall, so they better jump in fast, right? And so I thought this was such a great scene, and I think that...
Or you could have specified that, like, hey, don't put it in a horrible void.
I mean, yeah, exactly. So
they goofed it a little.
Some Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep stuff? Yes, exactly. Oh, guys, so much Kingdom Hearts stuff going on. Yes,
Someone saying
Arnold!
Levi says the yellow void road is kind of how it feels, a lot less joyous.
Somebody saying they ripped off Star Wars. I did see a comparison, but you guys have to understand that with so many pieces of media in the entire world, there are eventually going to be similarities.
Star Wars
I don't know. I saw it and it was like a portal on a platform or something. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's inspired by it. It's not ripping it off. At least, I don't think.
You just poured a massive amount of water.
I spilled my water a little bit. That's okay. The stream's almost over anyway. Don't worry. Yeah, follow the yellow brick road. So what if they land in Oz? What if that's what happens? When they fall through the world, they land in Oz. But the question is, who is Oz on the other side? Because Ozpin's already here with us.
Yeah.
Right? So
are we meeting Munchkins?
Like, is it going to be like the god of light and darkness on the other side? Like, there's a lot of questions. Lots of questions. right? If they fall, they're definitely gonna fall into
There's
the
a
void.
mouse girl in the background.
Oh, you guys cannot tell me otherwise. They are a drinking problem. Oh god. Yeah, they're gonna fall into the void for sure. 100%. You cannot tell me that they won't. Especially with all like the Detour stuff that has been like hinted at. We're still waiting for Blake to scream. Guys, get over it. She may not scream.
I love how we have a return of Smug May.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that.
People will enter on one side, right? And then they say, and leave on the other side. And so this is the thing. I don't think that Joanna could have went back the way she came. Because it says that, like, it'll go on the other side. I think Joanna just went to Vacuo. I think that she went in and she won't come out, right? Because, like, look at what they say, right? Am I just confused? Is that how you guys, like, see the scene? People enter from Atlas and Mantle on one side, right? Okay. And leave on the other side. But all these portals are the same. So I think that her going back through the portal won't be... like, going back to tell, like, hey, May, everything's fine, don't worry about it. Like, Joanna just ended up in Vacuo, didn't she?
Yeah, or like into the in-betweeny place.
Well, this is the in-betweeny place. So I'm saying if she goes out this door again, wouldn't she end up in Vacuo?
No, she would probably have to walk to that larger door that all of them feed to.
Oh, wait. Is there a big, large door?
I
thought that there were a bunch of just... I thought it was just a bunch of different doors.
No, in different scenes, you see, like, they all
leaving that place takes you to Vacuo, period. Yeah, I don't know.
I get the impression they have to... Because they look like they all feed to one larger... Like, you don't get a good shot of it here.
Door.
But in a different shot, you can kind of... Maybe, wait, back.
Well, that's...
One more time. Wait, no. Yeah, I think maybe it was that one there in the corner. No, back again. There we go. Yeah, that one in the corner.
Let's go all the way back.
Now she's in front of it.
Let's go back to how it was created in the first place, because I feel like that we need to double check. Hold on. I think there's a center point door. We'll check.
Yes,
We'll check.
I believe there is a center point door.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure
Very
it's a center
suspicious.
point. Yeah, look, right there. They all point to that center point door. Yes.
Sure.
You seem so disappointed in that.
I'm just like, okay, yeah, so maybe she just went back to tell them the truth then. Well, that's better then, because at least now she can go back and tell them what happened, right?
Yeah.
So that's good, at least, so she can go back and report. But yeah, Vacuo arc is coming. Yes. Do you think that they're gonna fall? Yes.
Probably some
There's
degree.
a big door. Yes, we have figured that out. God damn it. I know you haven't seen Vacuo yet, but this ain't it. We know that this is in Vacuo. That's the portal room, and then they'll go through that door and get to Vacuo. Like, that's the whole thing. Right? This place is Raven semblance on an insane level. Maybe that's how they made the schematics. Maybe Yang contributed with the knowledge that she has of Raven semblance. Because we were like, how do you bend space and time? Like, maybe she used that. Like, Yang contributed her knowledge. That's actually really interesting, right? But yeah, well, it appears everything's in order, and I'm like, no. But imagine the danger. If anyone uses that staff with thousands of people inside, the pocket dimension would cease to exist. Oh, yeah. So I feel like that it's gonna be like Cinder tries to steal the relic and tries to kill everyone. I don't even think it's gonna be that. I do agree with you all, right? But I also think that it's not even gonna be that complicated. Cinder's just gonna start pushing bitches off the side of the platform. Like, it's not even gonna be like, we need to find the relic so we can destroy everyone in the pocket dimension. It's also just like, we're just gonna push everybody out.
I think that's what's gonna happen. Like, there's gonna be a lot of civilians that are just like over the wall, like lemons off the cliff.
Cinder's just gonna push a bunch of people because she can't deconstruct the portal room with her inside, or she would die. Unless her plan is take the relic, go to Vacuo, and destroy it with Team RWBY and everyone else inside. And that's the big plan. I could actually see Cinder wanting to do that, though. Right? Because she'll be like, I can get rid of everyone in Team RWBY, and we can all get our revenge. Right? And so, like, I think that she'll be pushing people, but I actually do agree with that then, is that maybe her plan will be to get the relic from them, so she can escape to Vacuo, and then close it with everyone inside. Because that gets rid of all the opposers to Salem, and Salem would be big happy if she did that. Yeah. It's actually, like, imagine if Tyrion was still around. I mean, I doubt that she'll succeed in doing that, because obviously you can't kill the main characters, right? But, like, not say, like, it could be a plan, right? Oh, gosh. But yeah, everything appears to be in order. You were quite thorough, and I'm just like, not thorough enough, though, right? Because, people are still gonna fall. And so, I like this. And so, the old Penny body goes away,
Yes.
Because they created something else. And so this is where people got confused. Like, why did Penny disappear? Because Penny, what was actually created was this.
Yes.
What Penny was not created, so it doesn't follow under the same rules.
Yes.
In
Or
the
was
same
not
way.
what was specifically asked for.
Purposefully asked for. So it didn't disappear. So that was like the loophole thingy, right? And so, yeah. And so that's why it disappears, right? But then, that's why it disappears, but then Penny doesn't.
Yes.
Because that's the whole thing, is that it wasn't asked for. It only applied to the thing that was asked for. So the robot body disappeared because that is what was asked to be created, and so that's why it went. But then the Penny body did not. But yeah, I hope that everything makes sense now. If Team RWBY were to fall into the void, where would they go? Well, that's the fucking question, isn't it? Right? And one last point of clarification about the central location of yours. Don't fall. Right? So I'm guessing that maybe they would go maybe over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or like some like crazy
another
My
like,
one
dimension,
concern
like
is that
place.
like if they go into another dimension, that could get boring if there's not.
I guess.
My one thing is that like would they be saved if like Raven comes to try to get them?
Maybe they could fall. Like I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like we'll talk about like the broad implications of this series moving forward, but
I feel like we'll talk about it, but I feel like that they will definitely fall and go somewhere. It's just about where they go.
Yeah.
What do you think? They're gonna fall and Raven's gonna save them? But why can't RWBY just do that? Because RWBY can scoop everyone up and bring them to safety, right?
I think that. Oh god, because if you look at it, it's not instantaneous destruction. It's like a slow kind of dissolve.
What do you mean?
If you look at Penny's body, so like, what if someone gets it to happen, uses the relic to some capacity? Also, is it interesting that I guess just like how Jen has like 3 questions every 100 years, this one he can only do one thing at a time.
Well, yeah, that's his catch,
limitation.
Right?
Okay.
But yeah, like I feel like that. The don't fall thing is gonna like actually be important.
Yeah.
Thrown somewhere random. I mean, I feel like that it would either be like kind of like hell. You know what I mean? Kind of like falling into Hades type of thing. I think you're overthinking it, Hunter.
No, but my thing is that it would just dissolve. So they're concerned that like everyone would just die if Cinder gets it and makes a new question for more powers. Then what I think will happen is that Raven will like rip a hole and just save the main cast, and they'll go to patch. Meaning they still have to then find a way over to Vacuo.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're basically saying
that if you fall in the hole, you die.
They'll fall. Wait. Okay, so you're not saying that they'll fall in the hole, but you're saying that they'll get trapped somewhere else, and that Raven will go get them. Because I'm thinking that they would fall in the hole, they would end up on this like other side of Remnant, like the vaults have, and then Raven would save them from the other side of Remnant.
I'm not even saying that they would fall in the hole. I'm saying that they were about to fall in the hole because all of like the architect, like all of those like rainbow roads we're seeing would start to disintegrate.
They disappear.
So they would be running away from it.
So they'd start to fall, and then Raven shows up, big portal, scoops them in, and they fall into patch.
Yes.
Okay.
Is an idea.
Because I'm thinking, like, I was thinking more they'd fall through and they'd fall into another world, and then Raven will help them, like, escape. That's
another option.
Yeah, I think that we should talk. I think
that'll be a
have
video
anything in
unto
common
itself.
with Raven's semblance. Well, they kind of do, though, because Raven's semblance operates on a similar, like, in terms of, like, the math, I think. Different dimension arc. I don't know. Assuming Raven cared, how would she know? It would kind of just be a coincidence.
It would be assumed that, like,
because
the
Raven was coming to get them.
Yeah.
Like, Raven and Ty were always going to go, and they just kind of conveniently popped up at the right time, right?
In the same way that we kind of thought that she would show up at the right point when we thought that she would come and save everyone from the whale.
Let me just see the super chats. Thank you, Dustin, for the $5 super chat. If you meant to type a message, let us know and I'll read it out anyway. Wait. I think Cinder's gonna fight RWBY and them in the central location. Yeah, and it's probably gonna be fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
Dustin, you sent another one. Wait. I think that Cinder will try to get the Maiden powers with Neo's help in the central location, and that may cause someone to fall. Yeah.
Yes. But I also think this might just be like a mass death situation that a lot of people who survive in Vacuo, they're like, not everyone will survive.
Yeah. Raven knew that Yang was in trouble back on the train. That's true too, because like that could be in addition to Raven's semblance. Like we see how semblance evolves. She can feel how her bond people are doing.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that that's actually pretty good too.
Also, we would have some cool moments of like Raven fighting maybe like a super powered Cinder. if Cinder does, or if someone does use the relic.
I feel like we should definitely talk about it, but I feel like our going theory is right now is that the bad guys will want to steal the relic, make it to Vacuo, and then when they're on the other side, like Cinder steals the relic, when they're on the other side, they close everything in.
Also, who knows? Like, we totally, like...
Oh, wait, you need to say the name of the guy, though.
Do
so
you?
Cinder can't say
Because RWBY didn't.
Well, she didn't, but I thought that was just for dramatic effect. Like, I thought that she still knew it. Do you? Because, like, that would be the only hole in this theory, is that... Wait, but did they call on him the second time? Did they say his name the second time? Maybe it was only Jin that they need to know the name. Hold on.
I don't know.
I'm going, like, back, guys. Like, I'm going, like, all the way back. Because, like, what if that's the key? Like, maybe they didn't do it for him. And then they won't have to. And so Cinder could just take it and fuck it up, right?
Or maybe you have to, like, wave the wand this time.
Right? Yeah, I think maybe she just waves the stick. Hold on. Because, like, Weiss doesn't say his name.
Yeah, doesn't say his name.
She just thinks real hard, right? And so, yeah, like, maybe, like, Cinder would be able to do that, because that would be a big win for the villains if they collapse the dimension with a lot of people inside. Dragon continent, you don't have to call for him. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I also think
it might be more interesting if, like... That might make, like, that whole... I actually don't know if I don't mind the whole, like, other dimension arc, because, like, at least that, if there's a ton of, like, refugees they have to help, like, that's, like, an extra layer of stress and whatnot.
Sure. But I think it'll be more like, I don't know. I feel like it'll be, like, a mixture of mass casualties, but then also, like, maybe Team RWBY being alone.
But because I also think RWBY will be there, and they'll, like... But I also think that maybe this is RWBY now not only, like, fighting against authority, but, like, now they have to be authority. That could be interesting. I'm starting to like your idea a little more.
I think I more saw, like, other dimension as they would be the only ones there. Okay. And I also sort of see it as, like, maybe that's where Salem is respawning. In that other dimension. Because, like, where does she go when she needs to rebuild? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I would just imagine she would just, like, develop into particles in the air. I don't know.
But yeah, don't fall. I think that there's a lot of stuff.
I don't know. But then part of me is also, like, wouldn't it make sense that if it collapsed, there would be other people there, and then they would fall with Team RWBY?
I guess, but I don't know. It kind of seems like that falling equals dying a little bit, so I sort of... Are we at the end of our... Hello? Where's the rest of the screenshots? It won't go. Hold on, guys.
Or is this the end of the... No, this isn't the end of the episode.
No, we still saw Cinder. Did I miss them? Why won't you go, sis?
It's there,
Yeah, hold on. Let me close this one and reopen this one. There's something wrong with it. Maybe I just took a lot of screenshots of, like, the other thing and it was just not going. Okay, let's put it back. Yeah, and so... Oh, wait. I need to do this. Okay, yeah. And so... What are you guys saying? Yeah, Penny's holding the staff. Yes, Penny still has the Winter Maiden powers, guys. Don't worry. We definitely need to make a video on this. People are so fucking confused. She has the Winter Maiden powers. Relax. But yeah, and so it seems like everyone's in the subway or something, and they're probably like, do we go through them? Do we not go through them? Right?
And Fall's like, ooh, an opportunity to make trouble.
Yeah, I hope we thought of everything, but not Cinder, right?
I love how this is now, like, another outfit for Cinder, like a whole... robe outfit?
Yeah. I mean, I think this is just her being stealthy.
Yeah, I know.
Hunter.
But I still count it as another check on the... Cinder has an insane number of outfits.
Oh, boy. Ambrosius seemed to like Team RWBY, though. Yeah, like, that's kind of true. I don't think he's able to refuse, though. Like, I don't think he would be able to say no if Cinder was like, collapse it. You know what I mean?
Nerf in the chat said, spot the villain. It's like, yeah, it's a little bit like... Who looks the most nefarious here?
Maybe what would happen is Cinder's like, destroy the portals, and then the god's like, I can't destroy, that's against the rules, and then Cinder's just like, sort of, they're stuck for a little bit, and then that's how maybe, like, that buys some time, because she's so like, destroy it!
Everyone else would be frozen, so they couldn't move anyway.
Yeah, I know, I'm just thinking, oh yeah, that's true. I'm just thinking, like, of her back-talking
I almost imagine, like...
Ambrose, and then him fucking with her. You know, with whatever she asked for is more, like, what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if it would be, like, Neo that takes it or does
I don't know.
I'm also like,
but
also
why
I feel
would
like
Neo want to kill everyone? Like Neo just wants to kill RWBY, so I feel like that's
but like by doing that, she would think she would kill RWBY.
I guess, but I don't think Neo's like a genocidal maniac either. Whereas Cinder, I think, is like Cinder would kill everyone because that would make Salem happy, and it would kill RWBY, which would make everyone happy. You know what I mean? Like it would get rid of Salem's main people. Yeah, Ambrose cannot do destruction, right? And so like. Exactly. Like, I feel like that he wouldn't be able to destroy it. Cinder would have to say to make something else, and then it would, like, slowly, like, disappear. Right? So, we'll have to see. But, yeah, I think that definitely, like, needs a theory. Yeah. I like this. I like seeing Jin and, like, the comparisons, like, to their...
My God, she is so tall.
To their design. I just like this concept art of, like, everyone standing there.
I love the new Penny art.
Yeah,
I like this.
I do wish they gave her shoes. I kind of don't like that they didn't. Like,
I feel like, I mean, she got a new
her
design
legs are just
volume.
So bare.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I feel like
they
gave her a
shoes,
new,
bro.
like. But I kind of am looking forward to, I feel like Penny's gonna get more interesting because like she's gonna have more moments to be adorable because I can't wait for her like the first time
eating
she gets
food
tired,
the
first time she sneezes, the first time she gets like itchy. The first time she eats spicy and or sour food. But it also raises weirder questions of like, are they going to have to potty train Penny?
Oh God, Hunter.
Just saying.
Anyway.
Like,
Cinder's in the crowd, but where's Watts? I mean, Watts probably took down the CCT, so.
Yeah, I also think like Salem could be coming back soon, so I don't know. As much as I do kind of like your idea about the new world, I think it's so far-flung that I'm not sure.
I still think they're gonna fall regardless.
I'm thinking like maybe we might be taking this a little too literally. That like just a lot of people are gonna be murdered by Cinder.
Yeah, but like we can still go back to your thing of they'll fall in the hole and then Raven will save them and they'll go to Patch.
Yeah.
And that's the detour is getting from Patch to Vacuo.
Yeah, but I think it might not even be that they fall in the hole, just like they're about to fall in the hole because hole equals death.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But they still have to fall for them to keep falling, Hunter.
Okay,
you know
sure. But like that's not fall, that's the threat of falling and then your mom saves you from the threat.
Yeah. I just mean they would be falling and then Raven's like there, you know, so they never splat, I guess. What about Penny's swords? How's she gonna fight? We don't know. We'll get there.
Probably not well, or with her maiden
Probably
powers.
Not great. Yeah, exactly.
It would be funny if it's kind of like Ariel, like she's still like a little wonky, like my human feet are so squishy. Or like, it's kind of like when astronauts come back to Earth, they just drop stuff thinking it'll float, but it doesn't. I wonder if she thinks she can fly, but then doesn't.
Yeah, human Penny's basically a baby. That's what I'm thinking too, right?
And I also think this kind of fixes the issue of her kind of being nerfed a little.
Yeah.
Like in Human, she can't fly as well anymore. Exactly. She doesn't have all these extra gadgets.
It's gonna be interesting in Vacuo. Yeah, yes, it will. I think so.
Well, like, I really want a scene where, like, okay, so I know you wanted, like, your everyone goes in shopping scene. Yeah. I want, like...
Just doing stuff with Penny scene?
RWBY explains to Penny how to shave her legs scene.
Oh, my God.
Or just, like, little, like, this is how you clean your ears. This is how you have to cut your hair now. Brush your teeth. Yeah, things that you didn't have to do, she has to do now. Come on, that can be adorable. You're lying if you're saying
Cinder's gonna come in and massacre people for sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
For sure. She's just gonna push them. She's not even gonna kill them. She's just gonna push them.
I think she's just gonna like use her big like floppy arms and whack people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? So
and I think it's gonna be. I also imagined everyone's so happy and they walk in and they just hear people screaming and running because she's just like jumping around and knocking people off.
Exactly. I see what you guys mean about where Watts being like physically matters, but like I don't think Watts is gonna kill people. I think he's gonna do more of the tech stuff, but yeah, it's really interesting now to see like what will Cinder do. I think that she'll cause again murder, bad things, not good things,
not good things,
not great things, right? Maybe Watts would actually go back and wait for Salem at this point. You know what I mean?
I think
Salem's all alone. So
I think that if they do end credit scenes, I think that it might be Salem showing up again.
But yeah, you guys understand what I'm saying, because like I could see Salem, like, you know, or I guess I could see like Neo and Cinder being left to their own devices. Like Watts already, like, he's done everything. He's set, like, he told them where Penny would be at. He, you know, like, gave them a bunch, like, you know, all the tech stuff. He took down the CCT. So like ultimately, like, Watts could just go back to Salem and like wait for Salem. So yeah. Yeah, Team RWBY can't defend people and defeat Cinder at the same time. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be crazy. That's how I see it. So yeah.
I'm so insanely nervous. I have a feeling these are going to be very long, very dramatic episodes coming up.
Of course. And I can't wait to do like theories and stuff.
I'm so incredibly hyped.
It's going to be fun. But yeah, I think that's it from us though, guys. I think that we're pretty much done here for today.
I'm just so happy
we will make like separate videos. I think at this point we need to make a video explaining what happened to Penny because people are so confused. So I feel like we have to do that. We'll probably make a theory about like, again, the falling stuff. And like, you know, what is Cinder gonna do and stuff, because we do see Cinder at the end of this episode, so it'll be about that. As for anything else, I don't know, our other theories kind of happened about like Marrow defecting and Winter defecting. So I feel like now at this point, it's like the falling thing, and then what Cinder and Neo are gonna do in the remaining episodes. Those are the biggest things. Because like ultimately now, like Ironwood's in jail and I don't think he'll escape. I think that when Atlas falls, like Winter will say that she's gonna go get him, but then there's not enough time and he goes down with the ship like we theorized, right? So yeah, that's it. But it does seem like we're like mass exodusing the Vacuo, so that's kind of interesting.
I'm just so excited for like Penny. I just don't want her to die. I really hope they don't.
Well, we'll see.
You can take Ren and Nora. I love them too, but don't hurt Penny. I can't do it. I will legitimately cry if they kill Penny, because like when you think about this, she's no longer a robot. Yeah. They can't bring her back anymore.
No, they can't.
So like if she dies, it's for real this time. That's terrifying.
And I also have like another thought, and we had this whole thing of like Neo wanting to use the relic to resurrect Roman or something, and now we know that resurrection isn't a thing, but what if our monkey paw thing can still happen where she like creates something fucked up? Like
what if she says like, okay, don't resurrect Roman, but give me something as close to Roman as
possible, and like, you know what I mean? And that's just like,
you're not gonna like this,
right?
And what if it's just a Roman, but like he has like a quarter of a lung and like tumors all through his body?
Maybe not even that. Like, what if like she asked for a robot Roman, and so it's like Penny became a real girl, and then Roman became, you know what I mean? Because I think that even though we're saying that Neo is not genocidal, I think that Neo would collapse the portal if she was on the other side to Vacuo, right? Say Neo's in Vacuo, she has the relic. I think she would collapse everyone if she thinks that she can bring back Roman. So that may be what Cinder like entices her with, like, hey, if we get the relic, not only can we get rid of RWBY, not only can we kill all those people, we can also, right, like, we can also, like, bring Roman back.
I feel like there's also the issue, and so Fireboy mentions, I wonder where in Vacuo the portal will appear.
I'm assuming the Academy, because that would be the definitive point that everyone understands, right?
But I also feel like this raises conflict for when we go to Vacuo, and we feel like we can do a video about this
I think that this will probably be a video for the hiatus, just because, like, I feel like during the hiatus, we're gonna cover all the Vacuo stuff. Like, we kind of know who the Summer Maiden is, or at least we have a theory about who the Summer Maiden is. So I feel like that when we're more, like, in the Vacuo area, or, like, we're just about to go to Vacuo, I feel like during the hiatus, like, Roman's gone, obviously, but we're saying because this genie is very tricky with the mischief, like, Neo will want Roman to come back.
Someone says in Velvet's bathroom that everyone just appears through Velvet's house.
God, it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just in the Academy dorm. Like, Team Sun is just hanging out in their dorm and everyone's, no. But and so I think that I could, like, we could do, like, separate Vacuo-based videos, and we could talk about that more during the hiatus, because, like, Vacuo is not really going anywhere, but we know from the books that, like, people have problems with Vacuo technology, and they have problems with, like, wait, sorry, not Vacuo technology, Atlas technology, and they have problems with people from Atlas,
and they have problems with people that came from Beacon, because they think they should have stayed and fight and not left.
And maybe that attitude will have changed, though, because at the end of the book, it's like, okay, we don't see you guys as cowards anymore that much, but maybe they'll feel differently.
Maybe they might feel that when it's like a whole... Historically, people have not been friendly to refugees, so like RWBY could be waiting in
Vacuo comes to Atlas to help, but now everyone's in Vacuo. Vacuo goes to Atlas. Atlas is now in Vacuo anyway. Oh God, guys. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream and everything, but I think that we're basically done here. We'll definitely do a lot of like Vacuo videos when the time comes. But yeah, I think that Detour thing, we definitely need to talk about it, because I think that either our like other world idea or like the patch thing. Like, I feel like that those are both pretty good options. But otherwise, we are done for today. We will see you guys later. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream. Remember that you guys should check out the Patreon to see our reaction. Let me just maybe put that in the chat one more time. Just while we're like closing off and leaving. Thank you everybody for the super chats again. I hope that I read all of you guys' comments and everything like that. Hold on, really let me just find the link thingy. That Discord, yeah, for the server. Okay, so yeah. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. And we will basically see you guys a little bit later. We'll see you guys during the week. Well, they won't see us tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, you'll see me tomorrow, but they won't see us tomorrow with RWBY probably. They'll probably see us, if you guys watch Hell of a Boss, you guys will see us tomorrow. But yeah, that is